Muntunyum mumu se emma Yehovah. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful start to the Citi Breakfast Show, Wednesday, 28th of May. This is a Church of Pentecost special. And on the wings of the song, we bring you the Citi Breakfast Show this morning. And what does Pentecost teach us? Something can start in Ghana and become a global force. That's what the church is. Authentically Ghanaian, but truly global. It's also 50 days after ascension. It says, when the day of Pentecost was fully come, they were with one accord in one place. That's significant. It's not enough to be in one place, you have to be in one accord. So the grace that they received was premised on the unity of spirit. And what was miraculous, they were all amazed and marveled because everyone heard them speak in his own language. Now, they were speaking different languages, but it was clear to everyone that they were united. So the real key here is not saying the same thing or speaking the same language. It's in understanding each other. So Pentecost teaches us that we can be different, we can speak different languages, but we can still understand each other and be united. God is not interested in cloning people to do the same hairstyle, to say the same things, but he wants men and women to live and work together in unity, in diversity. So there may be many languages, over 80 languages spoken in Ghana, over 49 of them written. But the truth is, we have to unite to move the nation forward. There comes a time where your party, your ethnic group, your gender doesn't really matter. What matters is to put the interest of the nation first. And that's what we try to do here on the Citi Breakfast Show and indeed on Citi FM. Emphasizing what unites us more than what divides us. There's certainly a place for difference of opinion, but for a nation state at this level of development, unity in diversity is very critical. So Church of Pentecost is not only speaking in tongues, it's uniting in diversity, making sure we can push the same national agenda in spite of our little differences. And if you can get your team to do this, if you can get your family to do this, if you can get your region to do this, if you can get your nation to do this, you will not be far from development. So Pentecost teaches us to unite in our diversity. Business Sense brought to you by Access Bank. There are different ways of winning your share of 500,000 cedis in cash. It's called the Fakitwa Beji Kesia promo. Deposit a minimum of 250 cedis into your new or existing account. It could be current or savings. For youth customers in solo accounts, spend 500 cedis or more with any of our Visa cards and qualify for a reward. There are some fantastic gadgets like PS5s, iPhones, and Chromebooks available. Go to accessbankplc.com or call 0800 004400. Access Bank, more than banking.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
If you have 250 Ghana cedis right now, it can do wonders for you. Chairman, Fabeji, it could turn your tears into joy in the Access Bank Fakitwa Beji Kesia promo. Madam, Fabeji, it could get you up to 50,000 Ghana cedis cash prize. Business owner, Fabeji, as a student, make transactions with your Access Bank card, and that could get you Spotify and Netflix subscriptions, PS5, iPhone 16 Pro Max, and more. This be out of class senso. Fabeji, you see what 250 Ghana cedis can do for you? And Gasakra. Fabeji, it's the Access Bank Fakitwa Beji Kesia promo. Deposit a minimum of 250 Ghana cedis and its multiples in your new or existing account and be on your way to winning a share of the 580,000 Ghana cedis in cash prizes and other amazing rewards. The more you deposit, the more your chances of winning. Promo runs from now to September 2025. This promo is in partnership with NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply. Access Bank, more than banking.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
Mangana, Adeshe Mama, Moma swear. Moma Yefebia Kuyani, Ondo, Efansumi many. Now many, Yakasara Yapadea, Yanana no.
And it's the same message using a different means. His name is Kofi Eni Johnson. Osisu Subribi Pebima Fabo a woman Ghana. I think that's clear enough. Starting off with the newspapers with Pivot beverages with 5 distinct flavors. You can pick either the cocktail, the tangy, the orange, the cola, or the grapefruit. Call 0550-032-231. It's available at your local store. Pivot beverages, a taste you will love. Segment is also brought to you by Fidelity Bank. Every goal deserves a chance to flourish, and with hard work, dedication, and a strong belief in yourself, the seed of greatness is within reach. So trust in the journey and understand that Fidelity Bank is with you every step of the way. Let's turn your dreams into reality. Richard Alaska is here with Caleb Kuda with the newspaper review segment. Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning, Bernard.
There's a lot happening. You don't finish chewing on one and something else happens.
Everything is happening.
So I'm not even sure how we are going to manage it.
Well, we'll try.
But we'll do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start with the graphic.
The
graphic this morning.
No,
You want explanation for that?
We'll get to that later.
Daily graphic, 2 years after EBA, GRS slow to sign on businesses, low compliance amid revenue leakages, and ministry launches new SHS selection guidelines. Mahama praises margins ID group. On the back page, RegSec storms Sakumo Ramsar site to remove illegal structures, and Ghana Embassy in Washington DC reopens tomorrow. Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
Great. Let me take you to the Chronicle. Cocoa smuggling business booms on Volta Lake. NIB Customs collaboration leading to arrest of offenders. Also, we see the president here planting a tree and watering the same. And GM Lord's pioneering role of Margins ID Group in Ghana's digital space. And it's seen here smiling big with the chief executive officer of Margins.
Daily Guide says, my removal probe a mockery of justice. Justice Gertrude Tokonu fires back. Mahama endorses Margins Group. That's here. Iyoko arrests Wontumi. Bernard Entribo Siako, aka Chairman Wontumi, Ashanti Regional Chairman of the NPP. This morning we are told he's taken ill and he's been taken to the hospital. Bring your details. 26 grabbed in a Aflao drug bust and no ECG containers missing. This is the minority.
The informer CJ implores Supreme Court to halt assault on judicial independence. Also, Mahama modernizes road infrastructure. And my client innocent, no plea bargaining. Atacha is quoted here saying in connection with Kwabena Eduboy.
That's right. The new publisher, missing ECG container story was a big lie. Minority chase, energy minister, and government adds private schools to free SHS. Wontumi arrested again. That's the story here. And NDC has put Ghana on autopilot. A PHA is speaking.
The Herald newspaper says $5 million military uniform contract scandal hits Burma camp. And then there's the story here that says Baumia's aide reveals dirty details of ex-Ghana embassy IT staff in US. $10,000 monthly bribery, website cloning, private firms, and related matters. Also on the front page this morning, Gold Board member linked to illegal mining practices. Hey, Asamo. And then also a story here that says Mambo's lack of continental routes raise red flags over AFDB.
Daily Analyst starts with GJ elections. June 4 files nominations to seek re-election. Ghana Embassy in Washington reopens tomorrow. AG opposes suspended CJ Tokonu's bid to halt removal proceedings. And Nana Kumia says it is wicked to accuse me of selling STC lands. And veteran journalist Kwesi John Apinting passes on at 74. And Wasa East DCE declares war on Galamsey.
The Ghanaian publisher says use technology to enforce tax laws. Experts advise government. Also on the front page this morning, Washington Embassy closure. Minority slums are Blackwa's infantile decision. Comes with a photograph of Patrick Yalboama and also the Minister for Foreign Affairs. Also, something here that says KGL boss grabs CEO of the year again.
The Inquisitor in-person appearance at OSP. 5 days for Ken, or he will be declared wanted again. Brian is arrogant and fit for presidency. Someone called Ashama is speaking on the Inquisitor. Dr. Asante relishes African Energy College and third edition of Ofio Market Health.
The Accra Times says Bagbin cautions MPs do not mistake privileges for impunity. Also on the front page, minority calls on Ghanaians to muster courage to challenge constitutional infractions, and Ayariga salutes heads of committees and tags them to submit detailed reports on their recess activities.
A few more papers coming in.
SHS selection ends June 6 before writing 2025 BECE. Minority demands answers over ECG container saga. Ioko arrest Wuntumi after CID interrogation. And the final one will be the custodian man's inhumanity to woman. Tokonu labels Puaman Committee mockery of justice.
And finally, from me, the Ghanaian Times says we are ready to crop. Support us with inputs to increase productivity. PFAG is quoted here as saying. And then also, Citi performance shrinks Ghana's debt by some 150 billion Ghana cedis, according to President John Dramani Mahama.
We should pay quick. We should pay the rest quick before the dollar misbehaves. 150 billion.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
And then also the story about Margins Group makes the front page.
Yeah.
And the Ghanaian Times still needs support to deal with the health conditions of their staff.
All right.
Very final one. Daily just jobs for the boys at GRA. Mahama appoints 5 technical advisors. NIB arrests Wuntumi. Chief Justice Tokonu tortured. Phones, laptops seized. Family barred at probe hearing. And minority demands answers over ECG missing containers.
I'll take you online for a few quick stories. The Citi Newsroom is leading with a very interesting story. Trump suspends new student visa appointments. Ghanaian applicants affected. This is very serious. A few stories from Dafam Ekpo. He says suspended CJ acting as if presumed guilty. Mahama must avoid IMF return to secure legacy, according to IEA fellow, who also says that CD will depreciate by December if local production is neglected. So that's a conditional one. Wuntumi falls ill during Yoko probe, rushed to hospital. And then a few headlines here. We're told, for example, that government pushes for EU inspection in Ghana to curb export losses. And then Bagbin slumps MPs over silence on daughter of murderer insult. And then Nadmo says Sakumo Ramsar demolition was properly coordinated. I have a love letter on the Sakumo thing.
Correct.
I'll read it to you later on. Channel 1 News leads with Dafam Ekpo as well. Don't blame NDC for EC's failures in Ablekuma North. Also, no call from above halted Sakumo Ramsar demolition, according to the Nadmo boss.
Okay.
Dr. Rashid Rahman is proposing that we should restructure privileges committee to include non-MPs. He is also quoted on a different website as having called for MPs to the state should directly pay for their cars instead of going through the car loan system. I'll bring you details of that later on. If you go to my Joe Online, their lead story this morning: legal education bill to end Makola monopoly. Still quoting Roxanne Nelson Dafam Ekpo spoke a lot in that interview with Umaru Sanda. And then a few more headlines. Mahama calls for Africa's second liberation, a fight for economic justice and historical truth. This is Mahama speaking at the AFDB yesterday. And then we're told that the Foreign Ministry has also...
Yeah, so let me take off with that story. It's in the Chronicle, page 2 has the details. Richard Osuacha writes this morning that barring any unforeseen circumstances, Ghana's embassy in Washington, D.C., which was temporarily closed following a financial malfeasance scandal, is scheduled to resume full operations on Thursday, May 29, 2025. Now, a statement issued by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration and cited by the Chronicle confirmed the reopening, assuring the public that the necessary measures have been taken to address operational challenges. There's a quote here from the statement that says the ministry wishes to inform the general public that the embassy is set to reopen on Thursday, 29 May 2025. We assure that measures have been put in place to clear the backlog. Any inconvenience resulting from our necessary interventions is deeply regretted, the statement said. This is what ought to have been done.
It also adds that an information technology team had already been deployed to reconfigure the website and payment platforms to do away with all unofficial and unauthorized links associated with the IT system of the embassy. Now to Sakumo Ramsar site where illegal structures have been pulled down. Benjamin Honam Glover writes for Daily Graphic, and he says that the Greater Accra Regional Security Council REGSEC has demolished a number of illegal structures on water courses in the Sakumo Ramsar site near Tema. A demolition which followed recent floods in the Tema West municipality that destroyed property was undertaken by REGSEC in collaboration with the National Security and NADMO. So the Municipal Chief Executive for Tema West, Ludwig Tay Totime, said no building permits had been granted for the structures being demolished. He attributed the recent flooding in the municipality to the illegal structures on the watercourse and stressed adherence to laws and regulations to prevent problems. Now, some of the people whose homes were brought down said they had permits and they had paid monies to some Forestry Commission officials. They alleged that. So some investigations must go into
There's an
this.
interesting article a listener sent to me. I'll just read it briefly. It says the Sakuma Ramsar site, per the UN convention that established it, must have a Ramsar site management committee to manage the Ramsar. Please check the composition of this management committee and find out if the statutory state agencies with the mandate of planning and maintaining development in the area are part of it, and if not, ask why. 2, which documents have been issued to the encroachers developing the Ramsar, and who are those behind the indenture that some encroachers hold? 3, do the encroachers have permits for their development? If they have, who is responsible for permit issuance to these corporates? They must be arrested and prosecuted. 4, the owners of the buildings in the Ramsar know who sold the lands to them. So arrest them and interrogate them, and they would mention names, and they should be the basis for qualitative discussion and investigation, not just demolishing buildings without knowing the root cause. Finally, it says, until then, the mere demolition for cameras is just a 9-day wonder meant to impress the optics and cover others up. I come in peace.
Ramsar site
It says there are Ramsar site entrepreneurs who are hiding behind political and traditional authorities in the area. The media and security agencies should narrow down on them. I will narrow down.
Okay, just to add briefly that the Chronicle has an editorial for this morning that says demolition of illegal structures in waterways it is necessary but
insufficient.
Yes. So they raise a number of issues there. But Bernard, I want to draw your attention to a story that is troubling.
Cocoa smuggling.
Cocoa smuggling, we are told, is happening big on the Volta Lake. And John Bediako, writing for the Chronicle this morning, says that the National Investigation Bureau in Volta region, in a daring operation, has successfully intercepted a tipper truck concealing 20 bags of cocoa beans bound for the Republic of Togo. Now, according to a highly placed source at the NIB headquarters in Accra, who preferred anonymity, intelligence to the unit was to the effect that cocoa beans were obtained from the eastern region, transported on the Volta Lake by outboard motor-propelled canoes, and discharged at Peve in the Volta region. Subsequently, the tipper truck went to load the cocoa and was heading towards Ho and subsequently to Honuta, where it would have crossed the border to enter the neighboring Francophone West African state, Togo. Now, the source went on to provide some other details on this, but I think that it is a particularly troubling development, and we need all the cocoa that we can get to satisfy the requirements of the contracts we have with people who...
So there's a lot of illegality beyond the cocoa smuggling. The FDA also banned over 1 million fake diapers.
What?
So the Consumer Protection Agency lauds Food and Drugs Authority for banning over 1 million fake diapers. Imagine a fake diaper and the effect it will have on your baby. The CPA has lauded the FDA for its bold clampdown on fake and substandard baby diapers on the Ghanaian market, which have been linked to severe health issues among infants and toddlers. In a statement, the CPA lauded the FDA for confiscating and incinerating over 1 million pieces of defective diapers in recent weeks, a move described as a critical step towards protecting Ghana's young citizens or younger citizens. This follows an in-depth investigations conducted by the CPA across 5 key regions: Greater Accra, Kumasi, Tamale, Sefiyoso, and Sunyani, after widespread complaints from mothers about alarming cases of diaper rashes, discomfort, and infections in their babies. According to the CPA, the lab test on samples of the affected diapers revealed dangerously high microbial contamination. Further investigations traced the origin of the products to foreign manufacturers who had rejected the diapers due to poor quality. Instead of destroying them, these products were then salvaged from trash heaps, repackaged in plain polythene bags, and smuggled into Ghana for unsuspecting consumers. So I'm linking it to your smuggling story. You know, so the conditions under which these diapers are handled, stored, and distributed are not only unhygienic but outright dangerous, said Nana Prempe Edouard, CPA Executive Director in charge of mediation and arbitration. The CPA is now calling on SEPs to intensify monitoring of the country's borders and block the importation of such hazardous products. The agency also urged parents, particularly mothers, to immediately stop patronizing cheap and branded diapers and instead opt for FDA-approved diapers.
Bernard, let's stay within the social space because there's a story I still want to highlight, the tidal wave attacks in the Volta region. So the Informer has a story on that. Tidal waves devastate Ketu South. Dozens displaced, homes destroyed as coastal erosion.
We actually have an update on this where the Ketu South MC has planned temporary relocation for the victims. So Desmond Nago is reporting on Channel 1 News that the principal municipal chief executive of Ketu South, Nicholas Kwabla Wolashi, has announced that plans are underway to temporarily relocate residents affected by the recent tidal waves in Agaveji, Salakope, and Amutinu. This follows what was reported yesterday. It says we are actively making arrangements to relocate affected persons to a temporary shelter. However, the cooperation of residents is crucial. They must be willing to move for their own safety.
Right, I take you to the center spread of Daily Graphic. Stories of interest. Exports to Germany increased by 50% in the first quarter, and government starts demurrage policy review to shield shippers. But I'm focusing on public debt dropping by 150 billion Ghana cedis. Citi appreciates this. President
I'm interested in all 3 stories.
Yes. So Kester Abraham Crunchy writes that President John Mahama has announced 150 billion Ghana cedi reduction in the country's total debt over the past 5 months, attributing the improvement to stringent fiscal measures and currency stabilization efforts. He disclosed this in his address at the African Development Bank AFDB annual meetings in Abidjan yesterday, where he outlined Ghana's path to achieving debt sustainability.
To add to that briefly,
yes,
he is being urged to prioritize local production so the city's gains will be sustained.
Solid.
If you go to the High Street Journal, he himself has urged leaders to look inward and expand intracontinental trade through the AfTA. And then an economist is urging the government to prioritize local production. One Dr. Tufo says to sustain the city's majestic dance, we should stop importing jute bags and jewelry and focus on value-added exports. I'm still with Caleb. Stay in the give me the shipper story.
Okay, so government starts demurrage policy to review shield shippers. McLean Kofi writes that the government has started a process to review the demurrage policy at ports to ensure that shippers do not suffer undue delays. When completed, the review is expected to relieve shippers of the unfair financial burden of port delays caused by system failures, weekends and holidays in the cargo clearance process. The review is being undertaken by the Ministry of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry, Ministry of Transport, and the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority and other key stakeholders. So it's an initiative that's part of a broader effort to enhance efficiency of key agencies, focusing on enforcement of existing laws, upgrading digital systems, and simplifying custom processes.
Okay, so let me bring you a couple of stories in the Ghanaian Times this morning. So one has to do with exports. So we're talking about we are ready to produce a lot more crops for Ghana. This is coming in from the Peasant Farmers Association, who have expressed their readiness to crop to ensure food abundance following assurances of good rains and favorable weather conditions by the Ghana Meteorological Authority. Now, according to the farmers, they were prepared to take advantage of the good weather conditions as predicted and produce bountifully. However, they would require the government support in terms of seeds, fertilizers, and tools to enhance their productivity. If you're interested in this story,
that's very good.
Another story, Bernard, within the social space is quoting Dr. Clement Apak, who is the Deputy Minister responsible for education, on page 13. The story is by Cliff Ekofol and says the Ministry of Education has directed that no student should select more than one Category A school during the school selection process for this academic year. Now, the directive forms part of a raft of measures deployed by the government to ease pressure on Category A schools and to give a fair chance to each student to be enrolled into the system. Bernard, and finally, if you go down the same way, on the same page, President's Office, 11 others to undergo corruption risk assessment. Julius Yaupetiti writes that the Office of the President and 11 other institutions would undergo a week-long review of Ghana's compliance and continental anti-corruption standards by the African Union Advisory Board Against Corruption. Now, the other institutions are the Ministry of Justice, and that of the Attorney General, the Special Prosecutor's Office, and a number of other institutions.
Let me give you the big story. Wontumi Falls Hill joined Yoko probe, rushed to hospital. Abigalata reports on Citi Newsroom that Ashanti Regional Chairman of MPP Bernard Nchiboesiako, probably known as Chairman Wontumi, was rushed to a hospital on Tuesday after reportedly falling ill while being interrogated by Yoko in Accra. The development was confirmed by his lawyer and former MP for Asante Akim North, and the Akubi, who disclosed the information to journalists on Tuesday evening. He, however, declined to provide the name of the location. Earlier on, Titus Glover slammed what he called the Rambo-style arrest of Wontumi. He is a former regional minister of the Greater Accra region, and he was there with others to support Mr. Wontumi during the interrogation. Titus Glover criticized the government for allegedly bypassing due process and detaining Wontumi without presenting any formal charges. Now, his lawyer tells us the interrogation is not over, it will continue. Now, I just want to highlight a couple of final things. Trump has suspended new student visa appointments, and this is Citi Newsroom's lead story. The administration of U.S. President Donald Trump has directed American embassies around the world to halt new appointment for student visa interviews as part of efforts to increase social media background checks for applicants. In a memo sent to U.S. embassies and consulates, Secretary of State Marco Rubio said the pause will remain in effect until further guidance is issued. Now, this is likely to affect many Ghanaian students hoping to study in the U.S. as they are required to attend visa interviews at the U.S. Embassy in Accra before traveling. Each year, hundreds of Ghanaian students enroll in American universities, contributing to a long-standing academic and cultural exchange between the students. Now, this is going to affect a lot of people. I want to end on a good note. President Mahama has praised the Margins ID Group for a great job. So President Mahama endorsed Margins ID Group and applauded its CEO Moses Baden for the pioneering role in reshaping Ghana's digital identity landscape through the Ghana Card. Speaking at the 9th Ghana CEO Summit in Accra, the president highlighted how the Ghana Card had become much more than just an ID, saying it had become the backbone of a digitally sovereign and competitive economy.
I just want to draw your attention quickly, Bernard, to a story on page 5 of the Herald newspaper. It is claiming that a board member of the gold board
is linked to illegal mining practices.
This is a very serious claim, and I believe that it must be investigated so that we get to the bottom of it.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Looking for a burst of flavor in every sip? Discover the refreshing taste of Piva beverages. Enjoy the classic Piva Cola flavor, perfect fit anytime. How about a fruity adventure? Try our delightful Piva orange fruit drink packed with recognized citrus flavor. Craving something exotic? Our Piva cocktail fruit drink brings the tropics to you. For a sweet and juicy treat, grab our grapefruit drink and don't miss out on the refreshing Piva Tangerine fruit drink, bursting with tangerine flavor. Piva Cola, Piva Orange, Piva Cocktail, Piva Grape, Piva Tangy. Grab yours today. Available now at your local store. Call us on 055 00 322 31. Piva, a taste you'd love. This advert is FDA approved.
P for Piva.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Google me. At what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I don't change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind self be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside?
I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small.
Go!
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
My paddy, when you wake up in the morning and you know the money calling, oh you go work, but you know it's out in your side. If I believe with us, if I hold my hand and believe, cause you know it's out in your side. And when you dream, no say I did for you. And when you hustle every day, many wanna go. Anything you do, I did for you. Many want. If I believe I did your side, fidelity. If I believe with us, fidelity. If I know I did your side, fidelity.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
City Business News at 7 with Nila Tilate. Good morning, Ni.
Good morning, Bernard. Good morning to you listening. This is the breakfast edition of City Business News on 97.3 Citi FM. The bulletin is brought to you by MTN, Goil and EcoBank. Our headlines: expect the Citi to resume its depreciation by December. That's if government fails to prioritize export-led growth. Also coming up, strong push for operationalization of Africa's Energy Bank to drive project financing in the sector. Plus, government working to reduce export rejections to the EU market. How? Through local pre-shipment inspection. It's midweek. Thanks for your company. I am Ni Latte with the details. First though, the Ghana Gold Board insists the recent appreciation of the Ghana Citi against the US dollar is not a short-term spike, but a sign of long-term resilience. Sustained export inflows from key sectors, particularly gold and cocoa, according to the board, are strengthening the fundamentals of the local currency. Its acting CEO Sami Jemfi credits coordinated effort between the board and Cocoa Board for boosting foreign exchange earnings to help ease pressure on the city. Daniel Odomensa has more in this report.
Sami Jemfi noted that the increase in export volumes has enabled the Bank of Ghana to strengthen its foreign reserves, supporting the ongoing appreciation of the local currency. Speaking during a courtesy visit by the Importers and Exporters Association of Ghana, Sami Jemfi reiterated his optimism, stating that the city is poised to maintain its upward momentum in the foreseeable future.
Currency is appreciating today, not because the Bank of Ghana is depleting its reserves, no, but it is because the Gold Board, Cocoa Board, and other institutions responsible for commodity trading, we are increasing outputs, export volumes, and for that matter, the export values that accrues to the Bank of Ghana. And that is what has led to the unprecedented forex liquidity. And so when I hear people say that this trend of the appreciation of the cedi is not sustainable, I laugh, because they are discounting the Gold Board factor. If you take that into account, you realize that we will keep the dollar where we want to keep it.
The Executive Secretary of the Importers and Exporters Association of Ghana, Samson Asakia Wingobit, commended the government for the recent gains made by the local currency, noting that these improvements are beginning to positively impact the prices of goods and services.
We are happy
that the prudent decision made by office here and the Bank of Ghana and the Finance Ministry is yielding the result that we are all there, to the extent that even truck drivers are now reducing the prices. And as you said, yes, dollar is demanded for the BDCs, bring in the fuels to us, whether finished product or crude oil for processing. As you know, we also need the dollar to go and bring other commodities that we cannot produce here, or we don't have the capacity in producing. And also, consumers, external consumers are also, everybody's enjoying current decision or prudent policies that has been put in place. We are seeing it.
Executive Secretary of the Importers and Exporters Association of Ghana, Samson Asaki Awingobet, and in that report filed by Daniel Udru Mensah. And in that report, you clearly heard the Gold Board boss talk about the sustainability of the cedi gains, but the Institute of Economic Affairs, that's IEA, has its doubts. It's warning of a possible cedi depreciation by December. This projection is over deep-rooted structural challenges in the economy, including import dependency and weak export diversification. The Institute wants policymakers to aggressively pursue an export-led strategy to secure long-term currency stability. Dr. Vladimir Chidanso is senior fellow at IEA.
We see stabilization. We're saying that, the cedi has appreciated, and the government claps. Government upon government will be clapping or patting themselves on the shoulder. And what happens? The cedi starts depreciating again. I mean, during President Kufuor's time, when we hived of 4 zeros, the cedi was bigger than the dollar. I mean, more, it appreciated. One cedi was higher than the dollar. Did it stay? So staying the cedi in its stable manner, it's not the injection of more dollars into the economy, and therefore we have our forex, appreciating, and therefore the cedi appreciating. It's not the answer. We must do more. We must try and be an export economy, and that is the only way you stabilize your currency. That's the only way you make the other currency lower or stronger.
Senior fellow at the Institute of Economic Affairs, Dr. Vladimir Chidanso. And that takes us to the currency board at the Forex Bureau close to you. This morning, you could get the dollar at 11 cedis 60 pesos, the British pound at 15 cedis 80 pesos, and the euro trading at 13 cedis. More on the economy, because government is taking steps to curb export rejections and improve Ghana's access to the European markets by partnering with the EU to deploy accredited inspectors locally. Trade, Agribusiness and Industry Minister Elizabeth Ofosu-Ejari says the initiative will allow for pre-shipment inspections of perishable goods such as vegetables at the ports to ensure compliance with international standards before export.
As part of our efforts to enhance the efficiency and competitiveness of Ghana's export sector, the Ministry has initiated discussion with the European Union to explore the possibility of stationing EU-accredited inspectors in Ghana. At the Just EU conference, I had the opportunity of discussing with the Director General and his technical team the need to have a EU-accredited inspectors in Ghana. This initiative aims to enable pre-shipment inspection and testing of export commodities, particularly perishable goods such as vegetables.
Trade, Agribusiness and Industry Minister Elizabeth Ofosu-Ejari. But from one ministry to the other, and Energy and Green Transition Minister John Jinapor is demanding reforms to reduce Africa's reliance on external financing for major energy projects. He is therefore pushing for the immediate operationalization of the Africa Energy Bank. He argues that a continent-led financing framework is critical to unlocking investment and de-risking large-scale energy infrastructure across Africa.
The transition ought to be fair, it ought to be just, and Africa must be allowed to unearth its potential so that we can have a balance and a mix that does not discriminate against Africa. Africa must define its own pathways to liberate it from energy poverty through science, driven by context, and unapologetically in our own interests. We must be innovative. And that, for me, is the most important part of what we do. To tap the resource potential of Africa.
John Jinapor is Minister of Energy and Green Transition there, speaking at the opening of the 2025 Africa Energy Technology Conference. More on the economy, because implementing strong policy measures to restore Ghana's debt sustainability and break the cycle of debt dependency remains one of President John Mahama's priorities in turning things around. Addressing delegates at the ongoing African Development Bank annual meetings in Abidjan, President Mahama promised to channel resources into productive investments that drive long-term growth rather than recurring borrowing. He's also outlined plans to accelerate progress toward Ghana's medium-term debt targets.
This comes as Ghana's total public debt stock inched up marginally to $49.5 billion as of March 2025, a slight uptick from $49.4 billion in February 2025. This marginal increase comes despite the local currency's strong appreciation against the US dollar. Speaking at the African Development Bank annual meeting in Abidjan, Ivory Coast, President John Dramani Mahama emphasized the importance of maintaining debt sustainability, calling for the development of self-financing projects to strengthen the economy.
One of the push factors for the debt is the strength of the value of the local currency. Our debt continued to multiply because the cedi continued to grow weaker, and so you needed more cedis. Because our public debt is stated in cedis, the weaker the cedi becomes against the foreign currencies, the higher it pushes up your debt. Fortunately, some measures we put in place have recently begun to show results, and the cedi has been strengthening. And so we've reduced our total debt over the last 5 months by almost 150 billion cedis, which is very significant. And so if that trajectory continues, the target of reaching 55 to 58% debt sustainability by 2028 will be reached by the end of this year.
He also described the global shift in trade patterns as a crucial opportunity for African nations to expand intra-African trade.
I believe that is a signal to all of us to look inward and see how we can trade more amongst ourselves. Happily, we have the protocol on the African Continental Free Trade Area, which the majority of African nations have ratified. And so what it means is that we have the opportunity to be able to trade amongst ourselves. And I'm happy that the African Development Bank and other partners have focused on investing in the trade infrastructure amongst ourselves. It's not enough to just have a protocol on continental free trade.
President John Dramani Mahama ending Netile Netajao's report. Well, that's our package for this morning. There is more news on citynewsroom.com/business. I'm Neela Tilati. I wish you a good business day.
Charlie, where are you?
Boss man, I'm at the bank.
Really? But your car is in front of your house.
Bro, my bank on my phone, Charlie.
Oh, how?
EcoBank, bro. With EcoBank mobile app, I can do everything, anywhere, anytime. Listen, I just checked my account balance, paid Ahmed's school fees, and sent money to my grandma at Walwale.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Massa, just download the EcoBank mobile app from the Google Play Store or the App Store, or dial *770# and be your own bank manager.
Manager.
Whether to pay bills or fees, to check account statements, send money across Ghana, abroad, and more, EcoBank mobile app has got it covered. EcoBank Mobile, making everyday people live everyday lives the EcoBank way. EcoBank, the Pan-African bank.
Afternoon.
Oh, afternoon.
Please, Momo.
Deposit or withdrawal?
Withdrawal.
Ah, I like how you say withdrawal. How much?
500 Ghana.
Why allow cash out?
Yes.
I feel board number no mami why?
0241 789.
Ah, nice one. Approve.
Please, the agent's name, is it Mipiska Bebre to Coin Ventures?
Hey, into what body you now?
She. My alert, I have to verify.
Always confirm the name of the person you are receiving money from before accepting a request. If you receive a request from a friend to send money to an unfamiliar number, call to confirm before taking action. Do not share your number with strangers for the purpose of receiving e-cash in exchange for physical cash, because the source could be criminal and result in legal actions against you.
MTN.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation. The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
14 after 7, and the breakfast edition of the City Business News was brought to you by MTN and EcoBank. Every day people face different emergencies, police, fire, medical, floods these days, but the most common one is money emergency. But what number do you call when you have a money emergency? Let me tell you, star 770 hash is the number. Save it on your phone. It will come in handy on a rainy day. It's EcoBank's money emergency number just for you. It helps you get instant access to loans, funds transfer, utility payments, airtime and data purchases, so much more, even without data. So there's no need to panic when you find yourself in any money emergency. EcoBank will come to your rescue. Dial star 770 hash for your money solutions. EcoBank is indeed the Pan-African bank. We'll bring you Kickoff, which is our sports segment on the City Breakfast Show shortly. Proudly brought to you by Lesheho Donkomi, Lesheho Polytank and Shell Helix Ultra Zero W20 SP. Lesheho says its Donkomi campaign is coming to you to bring you financial peace. From now to the end of June, we've reduced our interest rates just for you. Whether it's education, your rent, whatever the expense is, we've got you. Simply WhatsApp or call Nana on 02700 4799, 02700 4733. We'll make life easy for you. Lesheho, let's improve life. If you're buying Polytank, if you need a water storage tank, go for Polytank. It's the original, it's the best, it's guaranteed. It's been in the system for more than 30 years, trusted by all generations. We have different sizes: Rambo, Hippo, Sumo, Super Sumo. Durability is always assured. It's the same price across the country at Polytank partner stations. It's the original. The caution is that we don't ask for Momo payments online. And if you must buy fuel, it's got to be the very best. Premium understands premium. The new Shell Helix Ultra Zero W20 SP with carbon neutral properties is the one for your premium car. Shell Pure Plus technology prevents dirt build-up with exceptional cleaning power. It gives you stronger and longer lasting engine performance. So if you want your classy car to perform in a classy manner, go for Shell Helix Ultra Zero W20 SP, made for premium. Premium gentleman walks into the studio with premium news. We call it Kickoff on the sports angle.
Powerful penalty. King finds the top corner, and Jamaica surely have won it after all. Richard King from the spot. The Reggae Boys, the Kings of the Caribbean tonight.
With a dramatic stoppage time penalty, the Reggae Boys of Jamaica were crowned champions of the Caribbean medley at the ongoing Unity Cup in London and will face the winner of today's game between Nigeria and the Black Stars of Ghana later in the bulletin.
So I'm happy to be back on the pitch, helping the team as much as I can regularly. And yeah, if I'm called upon tomorrow, I'll be ready.
We'll hear more from Chelsea captain Reece James ahead of tonight's UEFA Conference League final against Real Betis and in the NBA playoffs.
The first in NBA playoff history with 30, 10, 15, and net zero, no turnovers.
I mean, that's an incredible performance. He's also got 4 steals. Let's not forget that.
Concord quickly.
The Indiana Pacers are now just one win away from the NBA Finals after a big win over the New York Knicks this morning. More on this on Kickoff, which is powered by Shell Go Well, Zonda GH, Polytan Ghana, and Lesheho. Let's improve life. We start off with the Unity Cup, and the head coach of Jamaica's Reggae Boys, Steve McLaren, has expressed delight at the stoppage time penalty that clinched victory for the Jamaicans against Trinidad and Tobago yesterday. With the game tied 2-2 and seemingly headed for a penalty shootout, Cephas King earned a crucial spot kick just 2 minutes into the 5 minutes of added time. Let's hear from Jamaica coach Steve McLaren.
Delighted with the first half. I thought we were excellent. Really should have been a few more than just the one we got. And then we got the second and relaxed a little bit. And then we thought we were just planning for penalties, and thank God we got a penalty, just for one. And Richard King smashed it away perfectly. I think it was important to win. It must have been for the neutral, I don't know. A great game because it was end to end. There was chances. It was great football as well. You know, they're very technical, tactical. Trinidad, we knew that. But our boys did really well.
Well, Steve McLaren added that there was a lot of pressure on his players. He alludes to the fact that this was the first time some of the players were wearing the national team jersey and coming to England, making their performance and team even more special.
The key thing is there was a lot of pressure on the players today. First time for a lot of them, all of them really. First time in the UK, playing for Jamaica. For the UK players, their families, the kids, you know, have never seen Daddy playing in a Jamaica shirt. I've had the privilege of that, and I think they love that. I think the Jamaicans coming over have had a great experience already about what Europe is about, what international football is about.
That was Jamaica coach Steve McLaren ahead of tonight's 6:45 p.m. kickoff clash between Ghana and Nigeria. Super Eagles head coach Eric Shell says Nigeria is very capable of beating Ghana. Shell acknowledged Ghana's strength, describing Otto Addo as a great coach with a strong team, but emphasized that Nigeria is just as well equipped and ready for the challenge.
But this is the great cup because Ghana is a great team. I know the coach, he's a good coach with the good staff. There are lots of great players, but we are a great nation too. We have lots of great players. We have some players of our national league. They play well. So the same. One time again, this is my vision. This is my vision. I'm focused about this player. They can bring something.
That was the head coach of Nigeria, Eric Shell. Now, Black Stars head coach Otto Addo says he's ready for this evening's clash with the Super Eagles. The team heads into the Unity Cup fixture still reeling from a 2-1 loss in their last friendly, but Addo remains confident. He believes this time the Black Stars will emerge victorious.
Yeah, I'm really excited. Actually, the last friendly we lost 2-1, so really we want to beat them. I know about the rivalry. It's not only in England, but I think England has a very, very huge community of Nigerians and Ghanaians. So, but it's everywhere, and it's very, very important. These games, even, I mean, we had recent good results, but in general, even if you have bad results, these are the games where you can get the fans back on track. And so I know the importance of these games. And like I said before, we are trying to do everything to win this game.
That was Black Stars boss Otto Addo speaking ahead of tonight's Unity Cup clash against Nigeria to Europe and its Conference League final match day tonight, and Chelsea take on Real Betis. Let's hear from Chelsea captain Reece James, who says he's fully ready and focused on the task ahead tonight.
Definitely the best I felt. You know, I've played the most this season, you know, in probably 2 or 3 years. You know, I'm happy to be back on the pitch, you know, helping the team as much as I can regularly. And yeah, if I'm called upon tomorrow, I'll be ready. Captains and, you know, leaders are made, they're not born. You know, I got given the role at such a young age. You know, when I was going through a difficult period, you know, I had a lot of injuries. I wasn't on the pitch so much. So it was definitely hard, you know, during my first season, you know, as captain. But I think, you know, I've grown so much, you know, helping the team, the more I've played.
That was Chelsea captain Reece James. In Spain, Lamine Yamal has signed a new 6-year Barcelona contract following a breakout season in which he helped the Catalan club win a domestic treble. The 17-year-old Spain winger's existing deal was set to expire at the end of the 2025-26 season, but his new contract keeps him with Barca until 2031. Yamal, who made his Barca debut as a 15-year-old in 2023, scored 18 goals and made 25 assists in 55 appearances as Barcelona won La Liga, the Copa del Rey, and the Spanish Super Cup, and reached the semi-finals of the UEFA Champions League. To the NBA playoffs, and the Indiana Pacers are now just one win from the NBA Finals after their 130-121 triumph over the New York Knicks in Game 4. The MVP of the clash, Tyrese Haliburton, says his team's victory was as a result of closely studying game footage. Haliburton added that the team remains focused and will work hard to secure victory in the next game.
In the fourth quarter, last game, we were a little bit more reactive than proactive. You know, they got some guys who can just make some hellacious shots, you know, and Kat and JB did that last game, and I felt like those were kind of like, you know, taking the air out of us. We were, you know, kind of sighing after everyone and walking the ball up. Today, you know, we were just trying to keep focused on who cares, you know, let's get it in and let's run, go right back at them. They're going to make shots. Let's just keep going. So I thought we did a great job of just playing our way, you know, the whole game, keeping pace in the game and just playing pacer basketball. So I thought we responded really well, which we've proven that we do after tough losses really all year, and especially in these playoffs. So really proud of our effort as a group. And yeah, I got to now watch this film, see where we can get better. I think there's still ways for us to get better. You know, again, they made some hellacious shots again today. You know, G made a big sidestep there on that left wing. Mikal made some big shots. Like, when you play these guys, the game ain't over till it hits zero.
That was Indiana Pacers star Tyrese Haliburton. And finally, in tennis, Novak Djokovic began his latest bid for a record-breaking 25th Grand Slam singles title with a commanding win over Mackenzie McDonald in the French Open. The former world number one ended his wait for his 100th ATP singles title in Geneva last week and maintained his recent upturn in form with a 6-3, 6-3, 6-3 win over the 98th ranked American. And that's the latest in the world of sports. For more on all these stories, visit citysportsonline.com. Kickoff is powered by Shell. Shell Go Wells under GH, Polisangana, Elesheho. Let's improve life. I am Edwin Kwakofi. The City Breakfast Show with Bernard Avlek continues.
There are some classy celebrations that calls for whipping out your favorite China sets. Same goes for your luxury vehicle. Just any engine oil won't do. Premium understands premium best. The new Shell Helix Ultra 0W20 SP is the one for your premium car. It's a fully synthetic motor oil designed using the Shell Pure Plus technology. Prevents dirt buildup with exceptional cleaning power, leaving your pistons cleaner than a whistle, up to 50% more than the industry standard, and gives you stronger, long-lasting engine performance. So, if you want your classic car to run smoothly like a Ferrari for years to come, use the Shell Helix Ultra SP 020 made for premium. Shell Helix Ultra 0W20 SP, designed for ultimate engine performance.
Stronger brand you can trust. Polytank, we get some more Rambo and get some more super. And the Poly challenge we did for Papa no, Papa no, Papa no, Papa no, Papa no, Alcazar. Polytank, the original, always the best.
Services, innovative financial solutions. We deliver on our promise, cause we are number one. Let's share go, we improve your life. Let's share go, let's share go, hey mama, hey mama, hey mama. Even when you're stuck with nothing, no matter your situation, let's share go, we improve your life. Let's share go,
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
Did you know that worms take away nutrients from the food you eat? Just listen to them.
Brothers, yesterday the food nice, huh?
Oh, yeah. The choba woman, yeah. She did try wa.
Charlie, something come on. It be food.
It did taste like banana.
Eh, make a taste some. Make me try a taste, make a taste. Hey, something is doing me.
Something is doing me too.
Oh, it be Vermox.
Vermox banana flavored dewormer is available in both suspension and tablet and is suitable for children and adults. It's good for you, bad for worms. Not recommended for children under 2 years and pregnant women. This advert is FDA approved.
Calling all farmers, agribusinesses, and innovators, this is your chance to shine. Channel 1 TV invites you to exhibit at AgriFair 2025, one of Ghana's largest agriculture exhibitions. From Friday 20th to Sunday the 22nd of June, the A4 Sutherland Children's Park in Accra will come alive with the very best from Ghana's agribusiness sector. Are you a farmer with fresh produce of any kind? Be it crops, livestock or poultry, fisheries or aquaculture, or you're a supplier of agro inputs and processing machinery? This is your platform to connect with the world. AgriFair 2025 is more than an exhibition. Showcase your fresh produce, share your expertise and experience, and grow your business. So, to all farmers with fresh produce, livestock or poultry, fisheries or aquaculture products, come, sell, network, and expand your business. AgriFair 2025, where culture meets innovation. Register now to secure your spot. Call us on 0205 973 973. Come one, come all. Enjoy the freshest farm produce at unbeatable prices. And treat yourself to sizzling kebabs made from beef, mutton, pork, chicken, and more. Great taste, great value. Don't miss out. The AgriFair 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from 97.3 Citi FM and is proudly sponsored by Exim Bank, Legacy Crop Improvement Center, and Development Bank Ghana.
Day and night, power your life. Steady lights, not a future brighter. Pay small, start today. Find your comfort, the translate way. Doom so now it's thing of the past. Strong solar power built to last. Clean and green for a low price. Don't waste your time, call Translite. The bill go drop when the sun go rise. No more darkness, everybody shine. No wahala, no more stress. Brand new solar, only the best. Charlie, start today. Have your freedom, the Translite way. Feel the power in every ray. Fresh energy, the Translite way. With Translite Solar FlexiPay, you can get a complete solar power system for as low as 49,000 Ghana cedis.
Call us today at 050-424-9229 or 020-654-2454.
Translite Solar. Translite Solar.
Visit West Africa's largest and longest running mining and power exhibition and conference, WAMPEX. It's happening from the 28th to the 30th of May 2025 at the Accra International Conference Center and the Grand Arena. This is your opportunity to engage with over 5,000 participants, including industry professionals from across the region. Don't miss out. Register now and be part of the future of mining and power in West Africa at www.wampexwestafrica.com. Headlines sponsors: Metso, Goldfields. Other sponsors: B5 Plus, Newmont, Anglo Gold Ashanti, Zigen, Stanbic Bank, Hexagon, Protea Coin, Mantrack, The Bank Hospital, and Rand Refinery.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation. The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is City 97.3.
7:36 on the Citi Breakfast Show. A lot of birthdays coming through as well. Today being the 28th day of the month of May, we just want to say happy birthday to a number of people. Caleb, can you help me then?
Yes, in a bit. So this one says happy birthday to Alex Kunta, sales manager of Rana Motors, and James Abankwam of the West African Gas Pipeline Company Limited. God bless your new age. Happy birthday to Peter Bright Ousu of Tax and Legal of Deloitte, Sheila Kabuki Caesar of Audit Department, and Rebecca Jan, also of the Audit Department, from your country managing partner Daniel Ousu and all staff of Deloitte. Happy 70th birthday to Mr. Kobina Taylor. We thank you for the love and support over the years. This is from your wife, your daughters, Mami Kia and Alice, and your granddaughter, Asida. Happy birthday to Honorable Emmanuel Kwesi Bedra. I celebrate your inspiring leadership and dedication to service, particularly in education. May this new year bring you good health, wisdom, and grace so that you can have an even greater impact. Wishing you peace and blessings. Here's to a joyful and prosperous year ahead. Dr. Vera Haibo, send her through. And
I will join myself to that.
Fantastic.
And to celebrate the Honorable Bedra for such a leading light he is. From the Volta region and serving the good people of his constituency and the region at large, and of course the country.
Beautiful.
And also at the continent, the ECOWAS level, where he's done quite fantastically at the ECOWAS Parliament.
Right. Bernard, today is the birthday of someone who admires you and Sky so much, who keenly follows this program and doesn't miss any of our programs on TV in particular. Her name is Grandma Rama Feli. Today she turns 76 years old.
Oh.
She is amazing, easily the most resplendent 76-year-old you come across. Happy birthday to you, Grandma. Love you loads. Thank you for being an amazing person. Keep being amazing. Wish you long life, good health.
Yes.
May your kotoje be stronger than a pochi.
So, and she should still continue to do those cookies that she does for the grannies.
Oh, so you know about this. Please wish a happy birthday, glorious one, to my son Jerry Boache Dankwa Jr. May the Lord bless you and keep you and order your steps into greatness. This is from the Boache Dankwa family. We love you. To Jodine Opoku Dankwa of Mary Mother of Good Counsel School, we thank God for adding another year to your age. May you increase in wisdom and stature, and may you find favor with God and man. Happy birthday from your parents, John and Anitha, from your brother Jaden Opoku Dankwa. This one says, happy birthday to Gerald Hilary Oseboache. Thank you for teaching us that there is nothing wrong with seeking direction to avoid mistakes and for patiently guiding us. We are blessed to have you in our lives and are so proud of all your achievements. May God continue to bless you and grant you more life filled with prosperity and success. We love you very much and wish you a fantastic day from Edward Mary, Gerald Jr., Audia, and WG Commander Louisa Boache. This and these. Rosemary is wishing Otuo Echampo Nana Kunedu of Central University a happy birthday. May the Lord bless you and guide your path, granting you wisdom, peace, and joy. May all your heart's prayers be answered in Jesus' name. From Rosemary, amen.
So it's 7:40, and we'd like to just finally mention two quick birthdays before we move. Happy birthday to Dr. Amma Achero Ekem from your sisters and brothers in Coot, and to Giovanni Wekia Asowe. You turn 4 today, from Dad Robert Atimpe in Sunyai. And also wish the most amazing daddy ever. Happy birthday, Joseph Samson Ferron, from your kids Irabena, Abba, and Paco.
And happy birthday to my extraordinary wife, incredible Dr. Dorcas Esinam Agbeke of Kwewu Nkwetia Hospital. Message from your husband, Newton Walanyo Goza. Cheers to you, my love. Here's to another amazing year. Wishing you a happy birthday.
And to Sandra Krom, a happy, beautiful birthday from your husband, Victor Krom, and your children, Elom, Aram, Elinam, and Eduji. So a couple of things troubling me this morning. During the newspaper review segment, there was a story we read about 1 million fake or contaminated diapers that somebody smuggled into Ghana. And I think this is terrible on many levels. I'm going to read the story again, and we need to get into it. There are so many levels to this. 1 million fake diapers. Yep. 1 million. Mm-hmm. And this is the one we found. They were smuggled into Ghana, found their way into the country, and luckily the Consumer Protection Agency did some work and was able to trace some of them, and they were banned. I mean, think about it. 1 million fake diapers. Yep. Some procured from dump sites. Mm-hmm. And they got into Ghana. Yep. I mean, I don't know. We will deal with that. You know, and also a couple of people are sounding an alarm to the government that the cedi gains will not be sustained if some things are not done. Professor Valley Menchidanso spoke yesterday at the IEA and said that if Ghana does not prioritize local production, the cedi's appreciation will be a 9-day wonder. And then there's a very good article in the High Street Journal where one Dr. Tufo is saying essentially the same thing. And he says he doesn't understand why Ghana imports jute bags. Yeah. You've been exporting cocoa for years. And sometimes I ask myself, is it a case that cocoa is one of your major exports and you need jute to bag the cocoa, and you cannot produce it in Ghana, so you import jute bags to export cocoa beans? Like, how is that even sensible? You export all your gold and then you import jewels. Like, I mean, do you even need to go to school to know this? So what is the problem, you know? So I feel like we need to discuss those two matters, you know, and the amount of money. So apparently we import over $336 million worth of used clothes as well, you know? I mean, in the hierarchy of needs that Maslow put out, I think the first one is eating, right? And then shelter and clothing or something. So $400 million worth of chicken, lots of rice. You know, is it structural? Is it spiritual? Is it mental? I mean, I don't get it. It's like, is it like the Europeans don't want us? Is it okay? Is it? Can we blame? I don't know. Is it like some? Because you know, this morning I also had the trade minister say that they were going to ensure that the European inspectors come into Ghana to do the factory check so that our exports will not be rejected. All right. So in a sense, some countries take their safety so seriously that you can't export anything to them without all kinds of phyto and phytosanitary things, right? So we're having to even bring them here to do factory tests and things to make sure that our vegetables are not contaminated, our cocoa is not contaminated. And yet we sit down and allow somebody to smuggle 1 million pieces of fake diapers into Ghana. So if we are sleeping. You get it? So there's a whole there's the quality control level, then there's a policy level about what we produce, right? That how is it that producing jute bags, is it such rocket science that you have to import it, that you can't, you know, because then it means that the benefit you get from exporting the cocoa, somebody's business is in importing jute bags. Mm-hmm. You get it? And like, I don't understand. Is it like is it that complicated to make jute bags?
Not at all.
And even close to where you have to import somebody's obroni awewu and wear it. Like, I feel like there must be some basic thing we are missing. Mm-hmm. You know, and I don't know. So maybe those who know these things will help me. So we'll read the stories and deal with the matter. But I'm really, really concerned about these matters. You know, and it's very clear that if we don't have a proper import substitution strategy, the cedi will go back. Think about it. We saved 150 billion cedis in basically reducing our public debt without paying any money. You get it? So if your currency is stronger, your public debt is lower. All right. So it's not even for political bragging. The Citi matter is not even about NPP or NDC. It's about our survival, because the amount of money we owe globally, just by appreciating the currency, we've cut it off. We haven't even paid anything. You know, so it should be. I don't see why it shouldn't be like a national priority that we will all decide that for certain things we will support production locally. You get it? So like clothes, like you see Sky is wearing. I haven't seen Sky wear a foreign shirt unless he's probably going to court. He's always wearing African prints. It's like a deliberate decision.
Yeah.
Okay. Now most of the things I do, my shop, my watch, my shoes, they are mostly made here. I feel like there has to be a national campaign to say, look, we have to sustain the city's gain by deciding that for certain things we will not import. Import is not a bad business. Every country imports, but there are certain things you can say, on the hierarchy of needs, food, clothes. That one, dear, you get it. We can import bicycle or car, all right, because or laptops or microphones. But Charlie, rice.
This is how
chicken,
much we've spent importing.
You know, we import
jute bags.
toothpick.
I mean, jute, like, I don't understand.
In 2023, Ghana spent approximately $2.8 million importing sacks and bags made of jute used for packing goods.
How? Sky, if this is not interests overriding proper policy thinking, it's not a capacity issue. And I feel like this government has to get serious and say, look, here are 20 products that we are going to support Ghanaians to produce, and we are not going to import again in 5 years. You get it? Because it's, for me, it's government inertia that encourages such things, because there are always people who profit from that gap. So there are businessmen whose businesses, who make money from our collective poverty.
Yep.
Yeah.
They are not criminals, but we cannot allow them to make money and keep us poor forever. And I think the government has to get serious. Like, how do you import jute bags to bag cocoa? How complicated is it to do? You know? And then we are importing $300 million worth of second-hand clothes, a lot of which is even not worth wearing, including braziers and underwear. Like, we should have some self-respect. You know, it's like saying, no, you can't do that. You know,
I want to bring in an initiative by the GEA, that's the Ghana Enterprises Agency. This is a collaboration they did with MasterCard to set up a mall that has everything in there made in Ghana. So from cosmetics to clothes to shoes. That's a great initiative, but it is just located at one place in Accra. So imagine, and I like the fact that you said that capacity is not an issue. Our MSMEs have the wherewithal to do the job. And so it's, if we had, for instance, this Yenze Mall, which is supposed to be an all made in Ghana mall across the country, garments, food, cosmetics, everything made right here. That in itself could reduce our imports of some of these basic things that you talk about.
It's very important. So I'll do a few announcements. I feel like, and you see, Ghanaians, sometimes you need emotion to deal with these matters. It's not, we need to be upset that after 60 something years of independence, we are still a very poor country, and a lot of it is our making. You know, we are not able to use diapers. You see, we need to be able to put pressure on political leadership to do the right thing. Politicians who come and speak big English and still support the same old craziness. Their policies must reflect our priorities as a people. If you tell me that we have saved 150 billion cedis by simply strengthening the cedi, what is the exchange rate? The exchange rate is the price of forex. So, you know, I don't like to complicate economics. The Bank of Ghana's job is to maintain price stability. And I'll give you three prices. Prices of goods and services, that's the price you pay for your shirt. Prices of credit, that's interest rate. Prices of FX, that's exchange rate. So the central bank's job is not just to announce some policy, something. They are basically to ensure that prices of food, clothes, everything is stable. Price of credit, because it's credit that you use to do business. So if prices of food is cheap but price of credit is high, you can't develop an economy. If price of FX is high, that's the exchange rate. It's still an issue. So it's a national priority, and you cannot be sanctioning importation of all kinds of rubbish into the country. Create an impossible business environment for Ghanaian producers. No Ghanaian bank supports real production. Ask any businessman. If you're doing furniture, you're doing clothes, it's going to be tough to be competitive. Somebody go to China and bring the cheaper version. Look, there are products that are basically dumped on Ghana. Somebody goes to rare chicken, broilers, all right, feeds them very high level feed, and yet somebody can bring in massive containers of chicken, substandard, 20 years old, and sell it at half the price of the Ghanaian chicken. And we watch on and say world trade, free trade. Bullshit. I mean, forgive my English. You know me. We import rice which is not eating in other countries, and you perfume it. That perfume you put on that rice is actually chemicals to keep it alive for 10 years.
Yeah.
And then we create a whole economy around eating perfume rice, and we are happy about it. You get it? It's very crazy that we cannot see the relationship between our policy choices and our poverty. And then we always use the fact that, oh, importers too are people, they need food to eat and stuff. Nobody says importers shouldn't do business. If you produce enough good quality things, the importers will buy it locally and sell it. So the question is a production question. It's not banning importation. The question is to say, what is government doing to make sure that people get access to credit? Canadian organization, MasterCard Foundation, is helping build a shop. Are they government of Ghana?
Nope.
I mean, how many Ghanaian businesses have been supported to start producing something at a competitive rate? We go to Maslow, we just share money to party food soldiers, and they waste it. And we come and say we are trying to develop an economy. You can't even produce jute bags. You get it? You are not a serious country. And you are allowing your political leaders to take you for granted. That's why you are suffering. You have to start at some point saying, look, this nonsense has to stop.
Sure.
How a country with so much promise, with so much fertile land. I have a friend who went to Afram Plains to procure land. People live there. Afram Plains MP was in Sanders' office. He's now looking for people to come and invest in rice. Why? Because people live next to the Volta.
Yeah.
Yet they are waiting for rain to water their crops.
How?
I mean, can you imagine? You have the third largest man-made lake in the world, and all you plant is grass.
Rain-fed stuff.
And you say because people who import support politics, so you won't have sense to do the right thing. Are you mad? How can you have the whole country depending on it? Your irrigation potential is less than 10%. A country with the third largest man-made lake in the world cannot produce enough food to eat. It's a spiritual problem. You get it? And they are in Afram Plains, living next to the Volta and waiting for rain. So today the peasant farmers are saying because it's going to rain a lot, they are producing food. How? I mean, what do you mean it's going to rain a lot? You have the third largest man-made lake in the world. How can't you produce food? You get me? There's a particular principality that is affecting our decision making. I'm telling you. And the population has to tell the government that, look, we like what it started. The city appreciating now, it means that things cannot be that bad, but we have to sustain it. True. We can't wait till December and then go back to 15 cities to a city. You are flying somewhere, you need a $1,000 air ticket. You have to spend 150,000 cities or 15,000. It doesn't make any sense. You get it? And the strength of your currency is directly proportional to the strength of your economy. The world's strongest economy is the US. They have the world's strongest currency. That's just how it works. And if you don't prioritize production, you get it? You don't produce nothing. You've converted polytechnics into technical universities. We have people who can't produce anything. You get it? Our building, even when you are building a house, a lot of the people who come and do all the work are Togolese. And all you have is degrees and English. You don't have people who can produce things. Meanwhile, the world's I'll tell you something. The Germans, they are the world's best export-driven economy. They work with polytechnics and technicians. Why are Togolese good at these things? Don't forget that the Volta region in Togo were under Germany many years ago. So there's a certain culture of working with your hands that they have there. That helps them to be productive. In Ghana, if you want to produce something, even the workers, the skill of the workers to make you competitive, you don't have it. That's why you should prioritize. But we do political sloganeering, and the statistics, the story you posted on second-hand clothes. How do you import almost $1/3 of $1 billion worth of second-hand clothes? How?
And much of it is trash.
I mean, you get it. So we are not waking up. So you see, in Trinanso has spoken. It shouldn't be politicized. What he's saying is true. If we don't begin to do targeted import substitution, we cannot sustain the gain of the city, because you can't keep pumping dollars and gold. Gold is not the only thing. Fine, small scale gold has increased. Charlie, but rice, even rice, I have decided to be eating local rice. We get it to buy. Now we've acquired the taste. It was somebody who gave me foreign rice that made me think that rice has to taste a certain way. You get it? So Sky, I despair when we don't. And you see, it's not like we are ignoring the running stories. At the end of the day, you can discuss who is in power, whatever. If your people are not economically free, you cannot be free. Here we are, American government say they are now going to impose visas. That means they're not going to give visa to people who are going to study abroad. Yeah. If you don't build the educational system, any government anywhere can do anything. You get it? So we shouldn't, as I speak to you, a lot of private schools in Ghana, and sorry, I'm moving a lot, I'm very frustrated. Yeah. A lot of schools in Ghana are not even doing the Ghanaian curriculum anymore. Because politics has destroyed the educational system to a point where people don't even have confidence in sending their kids to a Ghanaian school. So now they go to a school, they do foreign curriculum, and they ship them abroad. A policy abroad can stop that. So we, the elite, have to develop our educational system, our health system, and our production systems. We have to develop our food systems. We don't wait for the EU or the Americans to come and tell us what to do. They have their own interest. Who is fighting for the Ghanaian farmer? Who is preserving our food systems? Why are we always waiting for some donor to come and tell us what to do? What is our government there for? And our people are so poor and so hungry all the time. People are dying from avoidable things. Go to any hospital. People die from basic things. You've allowed 1 million pieces of diapers that have been salvaged from somebody's baller to enter your country. Somebody should be in prison for this. It shouldn't take the CPA to do this investigation for the FDA to come and unban it. How did it get into Ghana? Whose dereliction allowed 1 million diapers? Diapers, bro. You are exporting something to Europe that adults eat. They'll come and do a factory inspection test. They'll do a port of entry test. Don't even allow you to bring it. You sit in Ghana, somebody brings anything without any check. Do you even care for your citizens? That 1 million diapers have been burnt and the story ends there? Whose dereliction allowed them to come in? Was it customs? In a serious country, somebody resigned. How did 1 million pieces of fake diapers, some taken from ballers, enter Ghana? How did it enter? So how many children have died from infections from those diapers? And we go on with business as usual. Meanwhile, somebody's collecting a salary and giving speeches. Which agency? Was it the FDA? Was it the Standards Board? Was it the Ghana Ports and Harbors? Was it the SEPS? Who allowed 1 million fake diapers to enter Ghana? 1 million. Do you know how many kids will be given that thing to wear? Do you know how many diseases they'll get for the rest of their life? And we go on. A society that has not... Look, I'll tell you something. I was reading the Liverpool statement. The Liverpool statement on the car collapse. Yeah. If you read how the police even spoke to the citizens about what happened, it tells you we will never catch up with those people if we don't change our mind. The detail the lady gave, and even went on to say that people should not be posting things on social media. The level of rigor in the police statement about a car crash. Are they from Mars and we are from Venus? Why can't we have that? You can read a statement. You are a lawyer. The level of disclosure in that statement, it tells you that institutions work. People are serious. We will spend all our rich people want to go and live in America and US. They shouldn't give anybody visa. So that we just think we should go and live there and then leave Ghana to rot. They shouldn't give anybody any visa. So Trump says he won't give us visa to go and study in America. We should study in Ghana. We should go to Legon, go to Poly. Why should we destroy our country and all our elite will send their kids abroad, go for treatment abroad, go to school abroad? What's the purpose of that? It's not correct. We have to. How do you allow 1 million contaminated diapers to enter? And you say you've bent it, so we should clap for you. You've bent it. How did it get here? You've bent it, so we should give you. No. You have to explain. Somebody has to be called. Who's dereliction? Which port of entry did they come from? We need a report. That's how serious countries work. The Minister for Trade or the Minister for Health to issue a committee to say, how did 1 million fake diapers enter Ghana? Yeah. Those diapers, we have to find out the chain. And the person whose dereliction allowed it to come must be sacked. If not, that's how you build societies. People must fear because you have to protect consumers. So people go to buy diaper. As I sit here, I don't know the difference between diaper A and diaper B. Yeah. We don't know if there's any particular standard that they've written that this diaper. So as somebody can go and buy a diaper and put on their baby, and the baby will die. And you are telling me that you've been the diaper, so we should leave you alone. Oh, the person who allowed the diaper to come in, that whole setup must be broken through. Somebody must pay for it. That's if you want to advance. Let's not make this politics. The country's business requires serious leadership. And if there's no consequence for wrong action, nobody will improve. 1 million diapers. Do you know what that means? Read the story. They took some from ballers. Yeah. A baller. Yeah. How? And you've bent it, so it doesn't end of the discussion. Bro, we have to get serious. You see, we don't want to live in this country 30 years later and our kids will come and tell us that we're not serious adults. We have to raise the bar. And let's not do politics as usual. Because parties come and go, some things are not changing. Parties come and go, currency depreciates. Parties come and go, people are still dying from neonatal jaundice. People are dying from preventable things at the hospitals. Parties come and go, and the basis of life we are not getting. So we have to look beyond which party you support and say, look, this is what a duty bearer must do. This is the minimum you must produce as a duty bearer, whether at the port, at the police, or wherever. And whether they belong to our party or not, if they are not doing the work, let's sack them. Let's not protect people's incompetence in the name of the arm for my party. That's the best way to help this government to succeed. Speak truth to power. I am calling on the government to investigate how these diapers got into Ghana. And whoever allowed them to get into the country must face the full rigors of the law. And it's not just diapers. Any other dereliction. It's very, very serious. Please forgive me. But it's annoying. Very, very annoying. Let's do tech and social media trends. And hopefully I would have come back to...
There's nothing to forgive. Don't worry.
Challenge.
Keep going.
I don't even know. Caleb, so please help me with tech and social media trends, and then we get the... Forgive me, Sky, for taking over the whole thing.
Yeah, Bernard Twasso. Yeah, 4 more for Bernard.
Twasso.
Bohobium.
1 million fake diapers.
It's unsettling.
We have bent it, so we should go and clap. Read it.
Telecel is proud to be associated with tech and social media trends, as is First Bank Ghana. They are rolling out a First mobile app from their outfit. They are saying you will experience the convenience of banking anywhere in the world in your palm. If you want to buy data or airtime, you want to do account to Momo transfer, inter or intra-bank transfer, open an account, bill payment to Netflix, iTunes, fingerprint, Face ID, authentication for logging in purposes, statement downloads in PDF, whatever you want to do in your traditional bank, you can do it on your phone in the convenience of your space. So visit the Apple App Store, Google Play Store, download the First mobile app and bank with ease. The number to call if you have any questions is 0596 921 921. Email them firstsolutions@firstbankgroup.com. First Bank, you first.
All right, so Susu, tell us what's trending. Susu, thank you.
A lot of very interesting trends. So I'll start with Iyoko Wuntumi and Latif Idrisu. So this is all three connected. So Iyoko arrested Chairman Wuntumi after I believe he was arrested at by another law enforcement agency, was on his way home, and Iyoko also arrested him. So some people believe to be MPP supporters, but we can say they are supporters of Chairman Wuntumi, massed outside the Iyoko offices demanding his release. And as Latif Idrisu of Joy News was covering the incident, he was assaulted by some of the people who were around, and it was a very unsettling sight. But I have to commend Mr. Idrisu. He maintained enormous composure. He was surrounded by people. They were kind of trying to intimidate him, scare him. You saw at some point someone slapped the back of his head, but he still managed to deliver his report.
Who is reporting the matter for the public to see what's going on?
So what happened was he said that the people gathered had attacked the police vehicle. This is what he said. He said he saw them, so this was what he was reporting. And when they heard that, they got upset. They said, we didn't attack any police vehicle. Tell the truth. So they kind of massed around him. Were demanding that
they could have just asked him to give them a chance to say their side. Then the matter will go. Because in this, I'm just want to say that, you see, when these things are happening, the media is there to cover. They can't see everything. So sometimes people should just relax, because if the media is not there to ventilate your frustration, nobody hears about it. So turning on the media to beat them for saying something that they didn't like, it's not the right thing to do.
Yeah, I mean, I condemn that.
It shouldn't do that.
It should not happen. It should never happen.
Because he's risking his life to report, to ventilate your frustration. Yeah. And the least he deserves is to be attacked by you.
Yeah, the people responsible must be fished out.
It's not right.
There must be consequences. But also it's important to mention that national security did something yesterday, or the Iyoko people did something completely unacceptable. As the gentleman was reporting, there are officials from the Iyoko or the national security who came and compelled him to delete videos or shots he had taken.
Look at that. Of the thing they were doing.
So that was the beginning of the whole thing. They came and compelled him. So it would seem that the MPP people too were claiming that they were trying to protect him. You understand?
Yes.
National security is not above the law. if you have basis or reasons to believe that somebody has taken a shot he ought not have taken, the process to deal with that is not to
force him to take.
No, that's completely unacceptable.
Very.
Let's not forget that Latif. I'm going back to Latif. I'm sorry.
He himself has already suffered under.
He's been in court for so long. We've not had any justice for the guy.
The police.
Oh, Charlie.
He was attacked by some police people a few years ago. So thank you for those points. Let's go on with the trends.
So it was a big trending issue, but like I said, I want to commend him for his composure. He's an example to all of us. Because I know that I would have panicked in that same situation. So I just want to commend him.
People should stop abusing pressmen.
Go on.
Yes. So the next one is Ramsar. So we saw some of the demolitions, and I think Fred Duho's narration was excellent. I enjoyed listening to his narration of the issue. So we saw some demolitions at the Sakumuno Ramsar site.
Yeah.
So we spoke about it, the permit issues, that kind of stuff. We saw some disappointed building owners seeing their buildings demolished. I mean, I can understand them. Building a story building is not easy, but it's in the wrong place, so I had to go.
It's the same dereliction of duty. Someone sat down,
yes,
either collected money to allow that to happen, or simply didn't care about structures going up. So people bailed, and then the best thing to do is to move in with bulldozers.
So you see, it's similar to the burning. So what you do is that you allow the thing to rot, and then you come and do the last mile.
You can't just cut out.
So either burn the thing that was found or demolish the house, whereas you allow the thing to atrophy from the beginning. So I think it's a very nice parallel you've drawn there.
And it is the post-cure approach to solving problems
That's the issue.
that gets the applause from the public.
Because that's what we see.
Exactly.
But the real hard work is not seen.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, ideally those buildings will never be built, but better late than never.
Yeah,
sometimes.
I agree with you.
We'll give them some small credit, a little bit.
At least they've demolished the ones.
We'll give them D+.
So beyond demolition,
I'll give them D+. They've passed.
Beyond demolition, they now go. I read a message this morning. Go beyond who allowed it, who in the assembly gave them the stamp to do it. Then that's the way to prevent it from happening again. So go on.
Yeah. So like I said, I'll give them a passing grade because they've just come, so they've fixed what they've come to see, but there's a lot of failure in the chain. So I'll talk about John Jinapo, the energy minister. He's in the trends because of the ECG container issues we discussed, how 1,300 got lost, 2,600 were found. So it looks like there's more
artwork.
But didn't I tell you yesterday Christ is working?
Don't do that.
Oh no, I mean, listen. ECG had 1,300 they lost. They've got 2,600. As a Ghanaian, I'm very happy because nowadays ECG has more things to work with. So I'm not concerned at all.
You know when you buy things, they give you into so.
That's all.
Never double, almost double.
What are people saying about this?
Oh, you know how this people want clarity on their situation. They're just confused because. But I think Mr. Dubik Mahama, he's been vindicated because he said from the beginning that these things are at the port.
Yes.
There's nothing missing. That they should just look in the pot. They'll find
it.
And they found it
in abundance.
I think he deserves an apology.
Exceedingly more than
I think he deserves an apology.
I think it raises more questions.
Yes.
Many more questions.
Definitely. Look, this situation, I believe we'll get some clarity in the coming weeks because right now we are very confused. But like I said, I'm happy.
Okay.
I'm happy because ECG they are not working well. So some good news for ECG is good news for Ghana.
Let's move on.
Yes. So I'll go to some foreign stuff. I don't know if you remember I spoke about a jailbreak in Louisiana where 10 inmates escaped.
Okay.
But they are down to 2.
As in they've got 8.
They've got 8. And Derek, who was their favorite to stay free, is still free. So Derek is one of the final 2. So we are looking to see whether Derek will be the last man standing. So
2 of them have still.
The jailbreak in Louisiana is escapee. So Derek is down well. You know what I mean? But he should be caught. I mentioned this before. This guy, a guy who murdered about 3 people. So he's not someone we want on the streets. But because you see, the other ones have tattoos on their faces.
But he looks normal.
Yeah, he looks a bit normal. So he looks like the most low key. But he's a very dangerous criminal.
10 of them escaped.
Yeah, 10. And you know the thing is, they wrote "this is too easy" on the wall after they escaped. That's what made it kind of. They actually wrote it in graffiti, "too easy" or something like that. So the police are very good. So they've been catching them.
All right.
And then the last one is Hendrick, the Brazil striker. So he has been dropped by the Brazil team, and these are reports that I've seen on Twitter. I've not been able to confirm. So I think this is more of a bit of a joke. If you remember, he was playing for Real Madrid, and Carlo Ancelotti, the former Real Madrid boss, is now Brazil coach. So allegedly, because I've not been able to find the quotes in English, when Ancelotti was asked why Hendrick was dropped, Ancelotti said, well, he has not been playing for his club. people have been laughing.
Ancelotti is his club coach.
Exactly, so it's become a kind of joke. I believe so far, because I've not seen the quotes in English, I think it's a joke, but it's become a trending topic because he's been dropped. And people are having fun at Hendrik's expense that he's been dropped for Brazil by his club manager. So
who said he's not getting club time?
Exactly. Allegedly. Very key word. Because it's not. So it's quite.
Give me tech news.
Yeah, a little bit of tech news. Now let me just get to that. So as we've always been talking about child protection, that kind of stuff. So the Texas governor signed a law to enforce age verification on the Apple and Google Play stores.
Wonderful.
So we always talk about how children have access to these devices and that kind of stuff. So Texas has signed a law so they need parental consent to download apps until they are 18, and it allows people to kind of control what children do. Apple and Google are not happy. They are talking about privacy concerns, but a lot of us
do they allow their own children to do those things?
Well, at least some of us who are concerned about child protection, we are very happy, and we want to congratulate Texas Governor Greg Abbott on signing them.
All right, so that was second social media trends with Sue Graham.
Since 1894, we've witnessed the evolution of a brand and proudly partnered with its people on the path to prosperity. From the ink-stained ledgers of the past to the lightning-fast transactions of today, First Bank has consistently adapted, embracing innovation while cherishing the legacy of our heritage and making giant strides across the globe. It's not just about banking, it's about enabling your success generation after generation. Our legacy defined the past, shaped the present, and in 2094, we will still be fostering financial security and stability for future generations. We are helping to create a future where the possibilities are infinite, the opportunities borderless, and where the world looks up to Africa. Let's awaken the giant in you. You first, First Bank.
Telecel Cash, get the lowest transfer charges ever in Ghana. Send it keke with Telecel Cash. You for sort out your old boy, send it keke. Your girl they bill you, send it keke. Merchant payment, send it keke to all networks. T-Cash agents in Swaji baby. You won't buy some 1212. Send it keke. What the BBC T-Cash to T-Cash transfers still be free for the Telecel Play app top. Telecel Cash be your saved and secure platform. Them they take do transfers across the networks all. Then everywhere them they do mobile money transactions. Dial star 110 hash. Then take send monies. The charges be falla. Or make you download the Telecel Play app. Then send monies go T-Cash wallets for free. Telecel Cash. Send the keke.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
When the pain is too much, don't know what else to do. So rapping all, we'll take the pain away. Rapping all,
Rapinol is what you need. Rapinol will relieve you of all aches and pain in your body. Rheumatic pain, menstrual pain, body pain, toothaches, and other feverish conditions. Rapinol is a quality product from Danex Itin Starwin PLC. If symptoms persist after 48 hours, consult a physician. Not suitable for children below 16 years old, asthmatic, and ulcer patients. This advert is FDA approved.
In every Ghanaian home, there's a trunk, not just of GTP fabrics, but also stories and tradition passed on from mother to daughter to help her discover herself, to shape her dreams and hopes, to usher her into becoming a woman wrapped in purpose. Celebrate every woman's journey of growth into womanhood with the new GTP Mother's Day collection, now available at all accredited dealers nationwide, the GTP retail store in Osu, and online at shop.gtpfashion.com. Verify authenticity by matching the code on the edge of the fabric with the code on the label. GTP, life styled.
Hey there, all Enterprise customers. We are rewarding all of you just for standing by us all this while. Simply keep doing the things you've always done with us, like renewing policies, making purchases, and more. The twist, though, you have to do them on our self-service portal via web or the Enterprise Advantage app. Once you log into the portal, access Advantage Points and do any of the transactions you're allowed to do there in order to earn points. The more you transact, the more points you earn. The points you earn can be used to redeem loads of airtime, Momo, and other rewards. It's that simple. Just visit the portal, log in, and enjoy. Visit my.enterprisegroup.net.gh or download the Enterprise Advantage app to get started. Enterprise Advantage Points, because nothing you do should be pointless.
Enterprise, your advantage.
Everybody follow not sa malaria. A 3D till you not now. Malaria chill. Popo. What do you do? I want you. Num not. A dabako. Num not. A damienu. Num not. A damiensa. Num not. And no. Lonat scatter malaria. Lonat, it is scatter malaria.
A quality product from Blaze GVS Pharma. Yenshishemu who se malaria wa umujam ansana wanum Lonat. Na nami ensearch na malaria no daso wa ko hu dokota.
This advert is FDA approved.
This June, the business wave is back and it's bigger than ever. The Citi Business Festival 2025 on Citi FM and Channel 1 TV, where it's all about business. This June, we will be celebrating Ghanaian businesses, re-examining our business modules and practices through our business fora, and sharing knowledge through our on-air business discussions. Make a business date with the on-air series every weekday at 9 a.m. on the Citi Breakfast Show on 97.3 Citi FM and 10 a.m. on Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 TV. From expert interviews to real-world insights to the tools you need to grow. Don't miss a single moment this June. It's the Citi Business Festival 2025, celebrating everything business. Only on Citi FM and Channel 1 TV. Your business, your future, your time is now. Stay tuned, stay inspired, and let's grow together. The Citi Business Festival 2025, celebrating everything business. The Citi Business Festival 2025 is powered by 97.3 Citi FM and Channel 1 TV and is proudly sponsored by Absa Bank and MTN Business.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
I've got you on my mind.
19 minutes past 8, the breakfast show. If you're an enterprise customer, then I'm sure you're benefiting from the loyalty points program that we've put up. You can rack up points and score some rewards just by making purchases, renewing policies, and more through our self-service portal, the Enterprise Advantage app. Visit my.enterprisegroup.net.gh or download the Enterprise Advantage app to get started. Join the Enterprise family now and buy a policy to enjoy this exclusive offer. Don't buy an inferior mattress at a cheap price because you want to save money. This trap could risk your health and can cause you a lifetime of discomfort. Latex Foam offers you unmatched quality and durability at competitive prices. We're giving you 10% off everything you buy from our showrooms from now till end of May. Hurry to get your 10% off any item of your choice. Call 0302 231 156. Latex Foam, your partner for life. We understand the unique journey of women in business, from juggling multiple responsibilities to navigating financial complexities and societal expectations. Your resilience and vision inspire us. That's why we've created the She Business account, tailored to empower visionary women leaders like you. With collateral-free loans of up to 2 million cedis, insurance coverage, discounted loan interest rates, and capacity building programs, the She Business account is the banking solution for you. Visit the nearest ABSA branch or call 0302 429 150 for more information. If you're looking to fast-track your investment process, take advantage of the GIPC's 24-hour premium service designed to speed up investment registration and approvals. Once you submitted all required documents and pay your registration, certificate renewal, or quota application, you can process those in 24 hours. No more long waits, just premium service designed for you. Call 0200 112 204 or visit gipc.gov.gh. And let's get in on a little kitchen secret. One of the ingredients that make your stews and soups great is the Gino tomato mix. Red, rich, and tasty. It's enriched with vitamins A, D3, fiber, and zinc, treating your family to tasty and delicious meals. With Gino tomato mix, you can never go wrong. Gives your meals that deep red appeal, rich texture, and mouth-watering goodness. Because Gino truly cares, this advert is FDA approved.
All right, so enjoy 24-hour access to Zenith Bank's secure digital banking channels from the comfort of your home, your office, wherever you are. Make quick and easy payments with your Zenith MasterCard, Visa card, or EasyPay GH Dual card, or simply use the Z Mobile Ghana app, Zenith Internet Banking. Use or dial star 966 hash to manage your account, buy data and all-time airtime, make payments, all of that, no stress. For a full bouquet of Zenith Bank's digital banking channels, visit www.zenithbank.com.gh. 054 2000 111 is the number to call. Zenith Bank, in your best interest. Now let's talk about Wiggle Vision Limited, Ghana's leading tech company. Comes with Frog, the ultimate platform for USSD, OTP, voice, and bulk SMS messaging. So we are giving you unbeatable rates to all mobile networks in Ghana, helping your business reach more people faster, whether it's bulk SMS, voice SMS, IVR, or USSD, or secure APIs and tools ensure easy integration for business of all sizes. Visit wiggle.com.gh, frog.wiggle.com.gh, call 0554 170 599. Wiggle Vision, empowering businesses one message at a time. Transform your living room and bedroom into a sanctuary with our stunning selection of sofas, couches, dressers, dining sets, center tables, and all of that you want. Beds, mattresses, we've got them all. Plus, if you shop, you save up to 30% discount. Discover the perfect blend of style, comfort, and affordability at Ashfom's exclusive furniture promo. 30% is up as the discount promotion we're giving you on selected products. Please call 0243 200 729, 0243 200 729. Visit any of our showrooms in all the big malls and depots. You will find us. There is free delivery to your doorstep as well, but be mindful of internet frosters. Ashform, feel it, know it.
All right, let me just remind you that GRA is telling all VAT registered businesses that the date for payment is 30th May. So whether you are doing VAT, NHL, Get Fund, or CST, your funds must return to the office by 30th May, Friday. Failure to do this attracts different kinds of penalties. For more information, call 055 299 000 or 020-063-1644. All right, so why am I upset? There's a story, if you can read it for me, Francisca, a story.
Certainly.
The CPA lauding FDA for burning over 1 million fake diapers. And then we will see where we can leave
Okay, so the story reads, the Consumer Protection Agency, CPA, has praised the Food and Drugs Authority, FDA, for its recent crackdown on the influx of fake and defective baby diapers on the Ghanaian market, which have been linked to severe health problems among infants and toddlers. The FDA recently confiscated and incinerated over 1 million pieces of these substandard diapers. The action follows mounting complaints from parents, especially mothers, about skin rashes, discomfort, and infections resulting from the use of certain diaper brands. In a press statement issued by Nana Prempe Eduhene, Executive Director in charge of the Mediation and Arbitration, on Tuesday, May 27, the CPA said the Consumer Protection Agency CPA highly commends the Food and Drugs Authority for its recent decisive actions to clamp down on cheap and defective diapers circulating in the Ghanaian market, widely referred to as fake diapers. The FDA in recent times has confiscated and burnt over 1 million pieces of these defective diapers. In response, the CPA conducted investigations across 5 major regions. That's Greater Accra, Kumasi, Tamale, Sefirioso, and Sunyani. The CPA said microbial tests carried out on samples of these products revealed disturbing levels of contamination. Many of the diapers, according to the agency, had been rejected abroad due to poor manufacturing standards and were meant to be destroyed. However, they were salvaged, sometimes from trash, and repackaged in plain plastic bags before being smuggled into Ghana. These diapers are stored and handled in unsanitary conditions, significantly increasing the risk of microbial infections, the CPA stated. Some children have suffered painful rashes and infections around their genital areas, which, if left untreated, could escalate into life-threatening conditions.
All right. Let me talk to the team. Nana Prempe Duhini is the CPS Executive Director in charge of mediation and arbitration. Nana, thank you so much for talking to us. Good morning.
Good morning, my brother. How are you?
Well, I'd like to commend you for your work, particularly on this matter of fake diapers. When did your interest in this matter start? And tell us a bit about the work you did in uncovering this type of smuggling into the country.
Well, thank you, Bernard. Our interest really was somewhere last year, around November or around June, when we had complaints from mothers that their babies, their children developed some form of rashes after they've used some diapers. So they complained it seems that they've seen some fake diapers on the market. For us to identify whether there are fake diapers on the market, we decided to choose some parts of the region because we were told some of these diapers were much heavily in this area. So we decided to do our own investigations. Really, we went into the market. We saw some of these diapers. We took them to our technical people for lab testing. And then they came out positive that, yes, these diapers, some of them have this high level of contamination. We didn't sleep over it. We made a press statement. We wrote to FDA. FDA never slept on it also. FDA came on board. And then the action started. And that's the reason why we are commending the FDA for starting this action. And then we hope it's not going to end there. So that is how it started.
So are these diapers smuggled in or imported through regular import channels?
Well, our investigations are that these diapers are imported in. In fact, we were told per our investigations that these diapers are diapers that are rejected in their home countries. When they are going through production, some of these diapers are rejected. They found themselves into the trash cans. And then because of greed, somebody goes there, pick them up, bag them into a container, bring them to Ghana, and then come and repack them in polythenes, plain polythenes, and then they put them on the market. That is what they have been doing. So when we had the information and we alerted FDA, FDA said, okay, some of these diapers came in, they came to us and they said they have diapers that they wanted to bring in. They were given safe houses for it to be packed. Later on, they realized that the places that they are even being packed they were not doing the right thing. So the FDA closed down all those places. And that is how these diapers were coming in. At the port, we reported this matter to the Ghana Customs Authority that we have had this information that some of these diapers are not supposed to come in because, Bernard, the Consumer Protection Agency do not have any problem with anybody importing diapers to the country. But our problem is those diapers have to go through those that have been conformed with the FDA and Ghana Standard Authority processes. All of these diapers that we are talking about failed. The FDA told that they failed, so they were bound not to come in. So it's strange that we are still getting them on the market.
Now, do we know which countries these diapers come from?
Our first investigation saw that they came from China.
And which period did you do this investigation?
We did it from June last year. And then our first press conference was in October last year.
Did the FDA tell you how come they did not know that these diapers were fake until you pointed it out to them? Because if they are coming through the port, I presume that at the port there are FDA and GSA officials who do quality tests for these items. So when you expose this to the FDA, what did they say?
Well, for that part, I can't say whether they knew or they didn't know that these diapers were causing that much problems. Since we have our complaint from mothers, we did our own investigation, and then because the way we do it to support state institutions like FDA and Ghana Standard Authority and all that. So for us, our interest was to detect why the mothers are complaining, and then where the complaints were coming from. So for that aspect, we can answer.
So you went through the market, and then you saw the brands that were responsible for that problem, and then you gave the names of those brands to the FDA, correct?
We took all brands. We took all brands of diapers on the market because we didn't know which ones were giving problems to the children. So we took every brand that we know is on the market, and then we went for our microbial testings.
Wow. And so when they did the test, they found out that there were specific imports of diapers from one particular country, China, that were substandard, and therefore did they do a recall, and did they know which importer brought them in?
No, you see, the way the thing is, you can't even do a recall, Bernard, because there is no trace. There is no country of origin. There is no batch number. So you can't do any trace. It's just on the market. It's just in plain polythene. That is how it comes into the country. Nothing shows that this diaper is manufactured here or there. But per our own investigations and our own research findings, that is when we realized that these diapers were coming from China. But you will never see, you can't even do a recall. The company itself is not on it. So you can't even do a recall.
Did the retailers tell you where they bought them from?
No, when you ask them, they tell you that somebody supplies them. And then when you ask them for them to give you the contact person of the person who supplies them, they won't tell you.
I mean, you are not the government, so sorry if I'm asking questions you are not supposed to answer. But it seems strange to me that you've informed the FDA about this, and they have not told us whether some particular person has been arrested or whether any group of importers are culpable. I stand to be corrected. I don't know everything, so maybe they've sent a statement that I've not seen. But to the extent that you know, what the FDA has done is to ban the products that they found to be contaminated. But we don't know if they've done anything beyond that in terms of whether they've mentioned specific brand names or they've mentioned specific importers who are culpable or anything like that. We haven't heard anything from the FDA. I stand to be corrected.
No, we haven't heard anything from it in that aspect. But the FDA and I, on Consumer Protection Agency, have a team. So definitely we're going to discuss about it when we meet. As for people who have been arrested, I can't say, or probably FDA is doing its own surveillance, and then they are trying to track the people who have been doing this importing. They also do that sometimes, so they will not tell you, and then they will do their tracking to get to the main people who have been doing the importing.
Do you know whether the contaminated diapers are cheaper than regular diapers?
Much cheaper, very much cheaper. So mothers go there, and then because they think it's cheap, they buy it just like that, much cheaper. I think twice or three times cheaper than the diapers that are regularized by FDA and GSA. Because for those that are imported and those that are manufactured in the country, which is good, the price is a little higher.
Wonderful. Since this burning, do you know if anything else has happened? What else has happened since the burning?
Yes, the FDA is not sleeping on it because we have information there. Because the one that were burnt, I think it was only between Greater Accra and Kasua area, Ashaman. But I know they are going into the other regions to also see that we can have some of them over there. And apart from that, also, they are doing awareness campaign. We are going to join them to do much awareness campaign so that mothers will become aware when they are choosing a diaper. And whenever they find these diapers in other areas, they also inform us so that we go and do our checks.
Nana, I really need to commend you for your work. By the way, tell me more about the CPA. What else do you do? This is definitely advocacy. What other work does the Consumer Protection Agency do?
A lot. Just as you said, I represent the mediation and arbitration side where we bring consumers, manufacturers, every providers together when they have problems. Apart from that, also, Bernard, let me use this opportunity also to talk about one thing. Just like we are talking about the diapers, we also have a huge problem with paint. If you remember, we did a press conference on it before December, that there are some paints also that are being brought into the country which have been labeled American paints, which are also fake or that are defective. These paints that we are talking about have been rejected in their home countries because of the high lead that were found in it. Do you know what happened? Before our investigations came out, a man bought some of these paints. He used it in his house because he didn't know that because of the high level of the lead, they are not supposed to sleep in that room for 24 hours. He went to sleep in that room with his son who was asthmatic. The child died. He had a reaction, and the child died in the following morning. So these are some of the issues that we want Ghanaians to. You see, sometimes when we are saying some of these things, they think it's a joke, but it's a huge problem. It's a huge problem. Those paints on the market, you will not find any label on them. And they term it American paint. You can't trace it. There is no batch, nothing on it at all. All that is that they said it's a paint and it's called American paint.
And we don't know if they come through the port or if they are smuggled into Ghana.
They come through the port because these are huge quantities. They come in huge drums, and then when they come, they bring it, they hide it somewhere, they repackage it into rubber paints, and then they sell them. Nothing on it. No, but you don't know where it's coming from because there is no indication on it. No country, no manufacturing, nothing. Absolutely nothing.
So when did this incident occur? This paint, and is it a recent issue or when did it occur?
No, last year we had a press conference on it last year, and we also informed the EPA, the Ghana Standard Authority, who are also in charge. So with that paint, also we are forming a task force, which is going to hit town very soon to see where we can trace where the import is coming from.
So both the paint and the diapers come through the port.
They all come through the port, my brother. All of it come through the port.
Nana Prempe Eduhini, thank you for talking to us. He is the Executive Director in charge of mediation and arbitration. To be fair, we have been sent two pieces of information that will help the discussion from the FDA perspective. The first one is a letter or a release dated 8th April 2024. FDA warns on the importation of unhygienic baby diapers. If one of you can read it for me.
Very well. The Food and Drugs Authority, FDA, in conjunction with the Ghana Revenue Authority, Customs Division, and the Ghana Standards Authority on 10th July 2023, issued a statement on the importation of unregistered baby diapers. The FDA wishes to remind manufacturers, importers, and distributors of baby diapers that, popularly known as bail diapers, that are not permitted into the country. The importation of unregistered, poor quality and unhygienically packaged baby diapers into the country will result in seizure and unsafe disposal at the cost to the importer. So the above notwithstanding, the authority has noted with great concern the continuing practice where disposable baby diapers are still imported into the country, either unhygienically packaged in bales or hidden in bales of used clothing. These baby diapers are subsequently repackaged and offered for sale without adequate label information or no labeling at all. Okay, so I'll move to the next. Yes, thank you. Importers are strongly cautioned that this practice goes against the FDA guideline for registration of medical devices, Appendix 2, and the Ghana Standards Authority specifications for single-use disposable baby diapers. The public is to note that materials used for baby diapers are tested by the authority during the product registration process. This ensures that any dyes, skin irritants, or toxins are absent so as not to cause harm to babies. In addition, handling of bale diapers frequently repackaged and relabeled under unsanitary conditions can cause germs to enter the genital region of a child, especially a girl child, further exposing great danger to their health and well-being. Imported finished baby diapers should be registered before importation with an approved label and ready for sale. A finished registered baby diaper is a diaper that has been duly evaluated by the FDA and conforms with GS 1166:2017. All registered diapers imported into the country must be well packaged and properly sealed to protect the products from moisture, soiling, contamination, and damage during transportation, storage, and distribution throughout the product's shelf life. The authority also allows the importation of raw materials for the manufacture of baby diapers, but the importer should have a licensed facility for the manufacture of the diapers. All facilities, both local and foreign, for the manufacture of baby diapers are subjected to good manufacturing practice inspection. The FDA relevant fees apply. The FDA commits to continue to collaborate with the GRA Customs Division to ensure that disposable baby diapers on the market are safe and meet required standards. The FDA also wishes to urge the public to help protect babies from the risk of infections by buying only FDA-registered baby diapers. The list of registered disposable baby diapers can be found on the FDA website.
So the question is, how do these unregistered baby diapers get into the country?
Yeah.
The CPA is saying it comes to the port.
It wasn't smuggled.
Does the FDA have a port inspection function?
Yep.
They should.
If they do, how did these diapers escape their scrutiny? I was mentioning earlier that there are a number of things serious countries do to protect their citizens when it comes to importing anything. We are not even talking just about food and clothes. We're talking about anything. There are at least 4 or 5 different things you can do or checks you must do. So, for example, you have what is called, you need a technical specification for whatever you're bringing into a country. You need a factory acceptance test so that if somebody is a major importer of diapers and they're importing from a particular manufacturer, we should be able to go to that country to say, are they manufacturing these diapers at the right, using the right system? Then we have what is called the point of entry test, right? So what I'm saying is that there are so many layers to this that obviously somebody must have been sleeping on the job, right? So even if you don't do a factory acceptance test, point of entry test, all right? And then can even do post-market deployment test. Like what the consumer guys are doing is basically FDA's job. And they are going around to now check to see where the products usage and so I think the FDA has questions to answer.
And then they commend them.
Yeah, the statement notwithstanding, the statement you read is a good statement, April 2024. That statement notwithstanding, you cannot tell me that 1 million fake diapers in a country, the only way to deal with it is to find it and burn it. All right? I mean, what are the guys at the port doing? Okay, so are they saying, have they investigated how they got in? I feel like we allow things to pass too easily. Okay, and the other problem is that some babies may have died but nobody even knows or even cares. You get it? In serious countries, they'll say, let's find out which retailers are retailing these diapers. They should give us a trace. We don't even know who buys what from where. There's no traceability in the country.
In the statements I just read, they asserted to the fact that some of these products, these diapers, these fake diapers, are hidden in the bales of used clothing that are imported. And so what I understand from my research is that there are things that are categorized as charitable that are imported into the country. And so, but they must meet certain standards nonetheless. So importation of these charitable products, whether clothes or whatever, is allowed by our laws in this country, but they must meet certain specifications or standard tests. And the important question that you raise is whether these tests were conducted. So the Ghana Standards Authority have to have questions to answer, customs as well. If they are being classified as charitable, then your caption of the word smuggle is right, because if you are putting things that are not supposed to be coming into the borders or hiding them in what is supposed to be coming, then that in itself is smuggling.
But if they are passing through a legitimate port of entry, the job of the people at the port inspectorate is to check these things.
Exactly.
So I feel like if it's coming through the port, then there's somebody not doing their job, whether it's the FDA or the GSA or the customs or whatever. Because you cannot tell me that because they've hidden it in a bale. Do you do random opening of bales to check what's in there? Who declares what is where? It's like people are sleeping on their job. And it's affecting. I don't buy that argument. Even if it's, and again, if it's smuggled into the country, it's even worse. Because you have immigration everywhere. You know, I went to Togo recently. They were asking me all kinds of questions to just cross into another country, both on the Ghana and the Togo side. Okay, so you cannot tell me that we can't do anything about smuggling. It's, for me, people are paid to ensure that certain things don't happen. And when state agencies don't do their work, citizens die. Which is why we give them so much power. The reason they can stop you in the middle of the road is that they want to protect the citizen. You can be driving somewhere. We're driving, some car came to cross us. Say we are from customs. Open your boot. This is Ghana. We open our boot. What is inside? We open. Okay, where are you going? We are going to Togo. What is happening? We are going for a funeral. Okay, let me check your this. They did all of that. Okay, because they are wearing uniform and they are holding weapons. So they are presumably protecting the state. So how is somebody bringing 1 million fake diapers into the country? Nobody has been made to resign. I don't understand it. You can't tell me that it's normal. It's not normal. And these diapers have been proved to cause sickness among children. So it's clearly somebody is not doing their job. There's another statement I've been sent. I'll read it for the avoidance of doubt. For me, I don't have any agenda. So somebody has sent me another one.
Right.
Which is 2023 now. And it's about 4 pages.
Okay.
And it's a letter dated 14 September 2023 to the president of the Diapers Importers Association of Ghana.
Yeah.
It's a 2-page statement. I don't know if it will help the discussion, but maybe you want to read it.
Yes, so it says release of baby diapers. This is to acknowledge receipt of your letter submitted to the Food and Drugs Authority, FDA, on September 14, 2023, requesting the authority to grant you permission to move consignments of bale baby diapers for the underlisted companies with their corresponding container numbers to designated facilities in Kumasi and Accra. Find attached a copy of the letter for ease of reference. So it gives you the company names and the container numbers, destination, and all of that. So there is Kumasi, there's Accra, and some of the people who are important.
The next page says what?
The next page says the content of your letter has been noted and your request has been granted. You are therefore requested to apply for an import permit application through the Integrated Customs Management System ICUMS for onward processing. In the interim, you are to ensure that the products remain under detention at the designated warehouses until all regulatory issues have been addressed and the product duly registered with the authority in accordance with the Public Health Act 2012 Act 851. Yours faithfully, Dr. Delise A. Dako, Chief Executive, FDA.
So if we piece this together with what Mr. Edu said, could it be that in the process of sending some of these legitimately imported bills to the so-called warehouses, that was where the swap happened?
It's very likely.
The other question is, were these inspected before they were allowed into the country, or they are to be kept in what is called customs bonded warehouses for inspection? Do you get the point now? So because of the volume of imports, you may not be able to keep everything at the port. So you maybe send some of the things to a warehouse for then the authorities to go and make sure that they are the right quality. And in the process of keeping them there, maybe they do some night operation and they swap it. And then there's so many questions that need to, I really think the FDA needs to come back and explain to us.
I'm told that even though Standards Authority and FDA have personnel at the ports, the kind of inspection may not be maybe just cosmetic. They just check documentation and they do not even have the resources to properly go into these bills to look at what is hidden or possibly hidden.
And there's scanners and those things that you can use to scan the containers and know some of if there is anything that is not approved in the container? I don't think it's just
FDA. If you are listening,
documents that we
FDA,
go
if you are listening, please, we need some answers here because we need to understand the process of inspection of things that come into the country.
Yeah.
And whether they are all done at the port or at a second location. Number two, we need to understand how these 1 million fake substandard diapers got into Ghana unnoticed and how they got into the market. So FDA, if you are listening, please, you can call us or you can send us a message. By the way, I've got an SOS message, which I think is important. Bernard, please alert the security authorities that a mentally unstable man is having a knife at the Africa Regency Hotel bus stop along the main road. Now, he was seen sharpening the knife and later took off his shirt. I pray he doesn't attack anyone. Sky, this is not funny, but I'm laughing. So, Ghana Police, I know you are listening. Please alert the security agencies that a mentally unstable man is having a knife at the Africa Regency Hotel bus stop.
Airport police station should move
along the main road. Now, the problem is that he was seen sharpening the knife and later took off his shirt. So, Charlie, we have to be serious. So, Ghana Police, we beg. This is near Africa Regency Hotel, Shiashi area. Please move in there and get to deal with this man because, Charlie, he may be he may be sharpening the knife for somebody he has meant.
Yeah, Bernard.
Yes, I want your take on this.
So, I think that we cannot cut the various state institutions responsible for this space any slack whatsoever. Yes, I understand that every now and then statements are issued that, oh, they are doing this or that. But I think they are a huge part of the problem. I was just looking at a report that was issued by the OECD nations, illicit financial flows, illicit trade in counterfeit, pirated, and substandard goods in Ghana. And Bernard, they list a number of things that have created the situation that we're talking about. If you go to the ports, you have officers from national security, the Bureau of National Investigation, NIB as it is now. You have Food and Drugs Authority. You have
Standards
Authority. You have people responsible for plant, importation of plants into the country. You have people.
All the authorities are there. Yet the things are coming.
All of them are there. Yes, as someone who does some work in this space, I do know that many importers are creative, especially those who are bent on scamming the system. So they will come and misclassify the goods. That, they are importing, baby food into the country. When in fact what they are importing is not baby food. They are importing something else. That is why the scanners are there. And if the workers of these institutions I'm talking about work with the kind of rigor required, then proper inspection after going through the scanners would reveal some of these things. Of course, every now and then we hear that these things have been confiscated. But the scale of problem we are talking about, Bernard, is huge. Now look at the report. You want to say something?
Before that, let me do a quick interview. So in the statement that Francisca read, April 8, 2024, the authority said something that I thought was interesting. They said that the importation of unregistered, poor quality and unhygienic packaged baby diapers into the country will result in their seizure and safe disposal at the cost of the importer. But here's something that caught my attention. The above notwithstanding, the authority has noted with great concern the continuing practice where disposable baby diapers are still imported into the country, either unhygienically packaged in bales or hidden in bales of used clothing.
Yes.
I need to deal with that matter.
So how come the classification?
Yeah.
Yes.
Then they said they are subsequently repackaged and then offered for sale. Let's speak to somebody from the OR Foundation or the OR Foundation. They have been advocating for better awareness around importation of used clothing, and they are very concerned with dumping, particularly of things they consider waste into the country in the name of used clothing. So Mauli Quist is the creative director of the OR Foundation. Just quick thoughts on this, particularly on the fact that some of these substandard items are hidden in bales of used clothing, which are obviously imported into Ghana. Mauli, thanks for joining us. Good morning.
Good morning, Bernard. Thanks for having me.
All right. So you notice I'm discussing diapers, but I'm drawing you in because I know the All Foundation, you do work on used clothing generally. And to the extent that the FDA is telling us in a statement that sometimes people hide unhygienically packaged baby diapers in used clothing bales. It caught my attention. What does the All Foundation know about the used clothing importation industry? Share some numbers with us, and also your thoughts around what the FDA is saying in relation to people hiding essentially dangerous materials in bales of used clothing.
Well, thank you once again for having me on. And the All Foundation, or the OR Foundation, is an organization that has been working at the intersection of the secondhand clothing trade. Trying to really, for us, advocating for fairness and a justice-led circular economy, specifically when it comes to the trade and pertaining the retailers in Kantamatu specifically and their well-being. When it comes to the importation of the garments, we are not in the trade ourselves as an organization, but we know a lot of the things that go on with the trade. I've not heard anything with regards to through our research engaging with the retailers about any diapers in their bales as it stands. But it would not be very shocking because the hierarchy that the trade in itself has, the unfairness that exists within the trade from the top of the value chain, from the importation and exportation side of the trade in itself is really complex in that way. And so it wouldn't be shocking if there is some bad nuts that would allow for such bad practices to happen. And when it comes to the clothes that come in, there's been a real impact on the numbers that the retailers are having to really retail and recirculate as 100% of what they are buying from importers with their bale. We are saying that through our research we've realized that about 40% of the things that they get in their bale is really low quality. It is not that 40% of what comes here by standards of sorting out there, but rather what leaves the market as unsold products or unable to recirculate or resell is about 40% of everything that they buy from they buy in their bales. But we haven't got any really engagement with them on whether they do find diapers.
So stepping aside from diapers and just going into the report that you launched, I think sometime last year, are you saying that for each bale that comes in, about 40% of what is exported contains something that cannot be used, i.e., I don't want to call it waste necessarily, but you're saying that probably only 60% of what is in that bale is usable. Is that what the report found?
Yes, because when it comes to the conversation of waste, we have to define it from the viewpoint of those who are dealing with it on a daily basis, not the people who are sending it or the people who are buying it in bulk. And because the retailers who are buying this clothes to resell to the consumer or to the upcyclers, they have to also go through a sorting process themselves in the communities. And if they are unable to get a buyer for the product, and it cannot really be used by upcyclers within that same ecosystem, because the reason then it's considered it can be considered as unwanted by their standard as the people who are doing the work.
So what has to happen at our port of entry to avoid this? If 40% of what is in a bale is unusable, why is it coming into the country? Is it the port authorities that must do something about this, or is it the importer who at the point of export must insist that he knows what is coming? whose job is it to prevent this dumping?
I think it is all of all the people who are stakeholders. It's our job to really hold everyone and everybody accountable. Because at the end of the day, the government has to be able to play their part. The authorities at the port have to be able to really play their part. And also, but the thing also is, because the people at the bottom of the value chain, i.e. the retailers, are not giving the voices to actually tell and speak directly and connect with the places where this products are coming from, they are unable to really tell those who are engaging in the process that this is what is happening to them. And so our work is to be able to facilitate that engagement and allow for them to really get to show and educate these people, on what is needed for the change to happen. One, the conversation also is because there is an excessive overproduction of garments globally, which is fast fashion. That is at the top, right? And so, first things first, we need to deal with all of these things from that point, and then, when it comes to our side as well, things have to be really, because you raise a lot of great points at how accountability has to be really at the top of what we are trying to achieve.
Just finally, your report stated that the import of second-hand clothes has reached over $320 million over the last 2 years, and that was 21-22. Do you know if the number is rising or if it's flattening or decreasing? Would you know?
I don't think it's not decreasing. I can't give you the actual figures at the moment. One of the things that we are also, it really excites me that journalists like yourself are really taking this issues up and really highlighting without any agenda, so that everybody can really get to see there's no decline, because globally we are still the global north is still consuming as much as they are consuming, and they are producing excessively, because the profit based system that they have is what they are kind of leaning into, and so there's no reduction happening, and so I don't think that I can't give you any numbers at the moment. I would love. This is one of the things. Like, I invite all of you at Citi FM to come to our studio, to come to our offices. We'll show you and run you through all of these data and a lot of this information, so that we would show you really and put you in touch with some of these people who are at the forefront of this conversation, in the market, in the trade, and who knows, they could now. I find it quite fascinating that I would even ask retailers that, do you find diapers in your bales, and if so, where are these bales coming from specifically, and things like that.
Thank you, Mauli Chris, for your time. We will follow up on this definitely. Just to give additional information, that export data shows that there's an increase of 20% in used clothing. So that $323 million you showed me for 2022 is increased by 20% for 23-24.
Wow.
So used clothing coming in a lot. Sort of different things happening there, but I just want to summarize what we know so far, that 1 million items of diapers substandard were burnt by FDA in a joint effort with the Consumer Protection Agency. The FDA, in communicating to the public, said that some of these fake diapers are hidden in bales of used clothing. So we spoke to Mauli Quist of the Used Clothing, or the OR Foundation, who have been working to expose some of the inequities in the importation of used clothing. It's a major issue. Sky was mentioning the issue of fake substandard products dumping, which I want you to comment on. I just want to say a couple of things before you do that. We have a big interview coming up shortly where City Business Festival is coming up in June. Cyril Nai is joining me as we talk about what to expect for this year's City Business Festival, which is in partnership with Absa Bank. But Latex Foam is offering you 10% off everything you buy from our showrooms from now till end of May. Come and get your favorite mattress, sofas, beds, wardrobes, coffee and center tables, chest of drawers and more. We stock flattering and exciting designs to make your home beautiful. Hurry to get your 10% off any item of choice. Call 0302-231-155. Latex Foam, your partner for life. Sky, let me wrap up with you. You are bringing some more information to me.
So quickly, Bernard, if this report that I was talking about, there was evidence to suggest that some research findings show that up to 80% of anti-malarial drugs failed quality standards, and 65% of antibiotics were tested and they showed that they were substandard.
Wow.
Now, if you go into the agro space, up to 50% of the chemicals that are used may be unapproved or diverted from state subsidies. Then also you have counterfeits in the areas of food, electronics, clothes, cables, cosmetics, and 60% of consumers admit to knowingly buying these things. So there is a certain cultural acceptance that, okay, it may be fake, but I will buy this. And many of these are economic decisions we make.
Placebo effect.
Thinking that, oh, it will help us, when in fact it is not helping us. And the major, import destinations are China and India. Of course, Nigeria and some other African nations are also still in there. And then, Bernard, according to this report, informal sales dominate despite being illegal. Between 20 to 30% of pharmaceutical sales happen informally. So you go into these cars, the trotros, when our people come and they are shouting, marketing these things, our women buy them. Our mothers buy them. The last time I had to intervene for a relation who nearly died after consuming, these things they bought in the market. You understand? How many women are dying as a result of this? So the question you ask yourself is, how come state institutions allow these things to go on? You go to the trotro stations, you see all kinds of people claiming...
The other thing I need to comment on, whilst on one hand we are complaining about duty bearers allowing or losing guard, people complain the port is still challenging for them. So I don't understand it. If even like the port was a bottleneck, and then they were doing the checks so that fake things cannot come in, so let them delay you for 2-3 days for your own safety. But on one hand, people say our port is not competitive. It's very slow compared to the Togolese port. Right, our port, the demurrage costs are going up. Today, calibrate the story about the shipping authority trying to intervene to make the port more efficient. So on one hand, your port is delaying you, and yet the port are not. They are basically allowing rubbish to be brought into the country. So there has to be a major operation. I don't know whether the president must go there like Mills did, and go and check what. I mean, seriously, people are losing money at the port. People are complaining about charges, and now you're having substandard items coming in through the port, and people are having to go to the market to now remove them. That cannot be right.
You see, Bernard, in every country, you would have such challenges. It is almost impossible to audit every single item that is imported into the country at the port.
Okay.
There are big scanners there that do the scanning, and then also after that, then there is human intervention where individuals or maybe custom people or people from the FDA or relevant institutions will go pick up a sample and then look at it, examine it. In the process, they get some of them. But a huge number of the time, some of these things slip through. And that is why you see them on the market. And in many cases, to some of the people we pay to supervise these things, according to this report, collude with the importers who are bringing these things illegally into the country. So you ask yourself, you are paid at the end of the month to protect us, yet you collude with these guys who are importing these things illegally into the country. And the fact that enforcement is not helping to bring this thing under control is a serious issue, because if you are told that between 20 to 30% of some of the things that are being sold, they are selling them openly, Bernard. Sometimes they are selling them openly in the marketplace.
And the thing doesn't have a batch number, it doesn't have a label.
Yes.
So, and yet it's in Ghana in the millions.
Yes.
So the ports, what are they doing there?
Bernard, the ports will do their bit. You know where there are regulators involved, it gets a bit more complex. It then doesn't depend on just the port authorities. It also depends on the regulators. In the case of the one you were talking about earlier on, the diapers. The gentleman, the CPA guy, said that, we got into this business sometime last year. Is that correct? But we here know that this thing's 2023. Customs actually released a statement on this particular issue. And we have a copy in the newsroom. I just called for it.
And what did they say?
Because they had noticed this thing and brought to the attention of the FDA. Wow. In fact, they even impounded. But the FDA now intervened. You see, and the guy said that they were not sure of the source.
Yeah.
It's not true. The FDA knows who imported this.
As in the importer who brought it?
Yes. The FDA is aware. There are letters that the FDA has written to the importers to regularize. But the question,
that's the thing I read.
The question is that how do you regularize a substandard product?
Maybe by our standards is okay. That's the view.
They were held because they were substandard.
FDA knows they are substandard. They know who brought it in.
Because Ghana Standards Authority was also involved.
So why did the people not get arrested?
The funny thing is that while they impounded the thing within that period
when they went to do the swapping,
the things were found on the market, and customs has complained about this situation.
So it means FDA let God. No, Sky, hold on. I want him to finish. Yeah. So wait. So the letter we read from FDA asking the importers that they will sort of
regularize the thing.
It's actually the smoking gun. So that's actually suggests that they know that this thing was not correct.
Mm-hmm. Precisely, because in fact that letter that was given was signed actually by both. Let me get the letter. Signed by FDA, Ghana Revenue Authority, and the GSA. All of them signed this letter.
The joint statement.
I beg forward it to me.
Yes, you understand. So they are aware.
So who let down the guard for that thing to enter the market?
Well, in the chronology of things, it happened at the time when FDA itself was in control and coordinating.
So they have to answer. Was it in a bonded warehouse?
It was in they referred to that place as a holding area.
And somebody went to smuggle the thing and said
things were found on the market. What can customs do?
1 million. Sorry, do you know what that means?
Bernard,
many kids may be working with.
We are only quoting the CPA. It may even be more than the 1 million.
And the thing was being used, so you could have babies who already have infection and things.
The CPA they got into this thing last year, and customs noticed this 2023, beginning of 2023, which also suggests that
it was happening before.
Yes, it was happening before.
Is it that the FDA doesn't have the facilities? Because for me, if the thing is substandard, it's a simple
but it's
question
not for the FDA alone.
Yeah, everybody must work together. But as you said, there were 3 people signed. Yes. FDA, Standards Authority, and then Customs. So it means that intelligence they know.
You see, Customs is just an agency of the FDA.
No, Customs want money. They are of the GRA.
No. They, in terms of facilitating on behalf of the FDA
Customs
in this transaction.
Customs don't just.
No, I'm not talking about the ownership of Customs, organogram. I'm talking about in terms of its functions. Customs cannot do on their own behalf. They may be working on behalf of either Ghana Standards Authority or the FDA. Not that they report to them. I'm talking about the functions. So they can't take it upon themselves to go and seize the things if FDA has given clearance.
Yeah. Because it's I see.
If FDA or Ghana Standards Authority say, well, we've given clearance, it's wholesome.
Did Customs collect
the money
duty on
as for customs, they will collect the money.
Yeah, but that's it.
But they can return the money. They do that all the time.
Hold on, wait. I just want to understand something. Do they collect the money before the FDA says this is not even supposed to come in?
They collect the money first.
Why should they do that?
Because that's the order.
but
they also have a way of returning the money.
If you bring contraband goods, shouldn't we check whether the goods are even proper before you collect money on it?
Well,
because once you collect the money, you legitimize. You see, I'm coming. Maybe there's a problem in the chain. If you are collecting money for something that has not been approved, the importer believes that abaya jimisika then they say they abada daw.
While I understand what you are saying, how do you notice whether the thing has been approved? There may be documents that indicate that this has gone through approval
before they collect the money.
But that's why they do the second testing. And once they flag it, Sky mentioned something that you may scan the thing, but the scanner will not identify every item. And there are people who have created businesses out of dodging the system.
This thing is a major scandal.
And it's not just diapers. It goes beyond
diapers.
Other
things are coming, which are not.
The other day, somebody brought in corned beef labeled as Exeter corned beef. Indeed it wasn't Exeter. So
and they entered the market, or they call them at the port.
Is there.
They are all on sale, Bernard.
Charlie, it means our ports, they are done and now go about. We'll take a short break.
Let me mention something.
Charlie.
Since 2012, there was a figure that I saw that only one conviction has been recorded
on this matter.
Yeah, under the 2012 Public Health Act.
True.
Despite rampant violations. So every time you hear in the newspapers, they have gone to confiscate this.
Conviction is not part of the agenda.
No, it never happens.
No, this matter, we can't let it die. We'll take a short break. When we come back, we have a lot of things to say, including the Citi Business Festival, which is happening starting next week. We'll be telling you some quick things about it. And we have your messages. I know a lot of you are boiling. This morning, Charlie, I was on just different angle. Stay with us.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Rise and shine, it's another day to stay on point. Toast to spread, it's still on point. Watch it spread it all day long. Still on point, yes, it's still on point.
It's still on point.
Watch it spread,
it's still on point.
For your bread,
it's still on point.
For your toast,
it's still on point.
It's yummy, delicious,
it's still on point.
Still on point, yes, it's still on point.
It's still on point.
Still on point, yes, it's still on point.
It's still on point.
For your toast, it's still on point.
It's still on point.
Fortune spread, it's yummy, delicious.
It's still on point.
Fortune spread, delicious, creamy, and always on point. This advert is FDA approved.
Charlie, where are you?
Boss man, I'm at the bank.
Really? But your car is in front of your house.
Bro, my bank on my phone, Charlie.
Oh, how?
EcoBank, bro. With EcoBank mobile app, I can do everything, anywhere, anytime. Listen, I just checked my account balance, paid Ahmed's school fees, and sent money to my grandma at Walwale.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Massa, just download the EcoBank mobile app from the Google Play Store or the App Store, or dial *770# and be your own bank manager.
Manager.
Whether to pay bills or fees, to check account statements, send money across Ghana, abroad, and more, EcoBank mobile app has got it covered. EcoBank Mobile, making everyday people live everyday lives the EcoBank way. EcoBank, the Pan-African bank.
Hi, Mom, it's me, Kwame.
Hey, Kwame. How are you?
Mom, I'm fine, oh.
Okay.
You know something?
No, tell me.
I'm looking for a complete furniture set for my new place.
Kwame, I've told you before, the only one place you should go, eh?
Yeah, Mom, but I need a mattress to fit my bed.
Ash foam.
I need a bed to fit my room.
Ash foam.
What about a sofa where go relax my body?
Ash foam.
Wardrobes to fit all my clothes?
Ash foam.
What about linens and pillows for sweet dreams?
Kwame. Ash foam.
Mommy, that I feel you. Ash foam all the way.
For mattresses to beds, sofas, wardrobes, linens, pillows, and more. Don't waste time and visit any Ash foam showroom across the country, or call our hotline at 0243 200 729. Ash foam. Feel it, know it.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
We've received your messages on the imports. We'll deal with it shortly. So much to talk about. We're talking about Ghana's obsession with importation, allowing substandard products to come in, and the effect on our currency and all that. But Bold Foods is definitely the number one option for the delivery of all your favorite meals from your favorite restaurants. Don't miss this exciting opportunity to get a 15% discount on Bold Foods combos from Vida A Cafe. Order food through Bolt Foods and enjoy savings while getting the best meals in town. Download the Bolt Food app today and enjoy.
Now, managing your business finance is very easy now. Build Financial Technologies is a trusted platform for businesses across Africa. Effortlessly handle invoicing, payments, and payroll with secure and advanced encryption. Save time, reduce costs, and enjoy live support with local integration. www.build.africa is the website to visit. Download the app. Call 0308 04007 today for more. Build, do more with less stress. And if you're looking for cement to build with, the proper original one everyone loves is Diamond Cement. They have the 42.5 hour grade, greatest, highest quality cement on the Ghanaian market, and they have the 32.5 hour grade, great value for everyone. So if you're looking for cement to buy, come to us. We are across the country, but our factories are in Aflao, Takrady, and Bwepe. Please deal with the company directly and call 0244 313 368 or 0540 111 Diamond Cement is still as hard as a diamond.
20 minutes past 9, I have in studio Samuel Mensah, who will be talking to us about the Citi Business Festival that we are beginning next week. And Cyril Nai is also here. He's head of internal communications and sponsorship for APSA, who are our sponsors, one of our key sponsors for the event. Samuel, welcome again. So the Citi Business Festival has been on for a while now. Just give me some context to it and what is different this year, Samuel.
Well, this year we are taking it a notch higher. We have our regulars, that's the daily business programs on Citi Breakfast Show, and then we have it on TV as well.
All right.
And then we have our industry-specific forums. This year we are doing one on agribusiness.
Correct.
And then in the current situation of what we refer to as the tariff wars, we are also having another one that examines our options as a country, how to find remedy that can also help us in the face of the mounting pressures due to the tariff wars. So that's another one.
So
that's
two for
yes.
Okay.
The first one is on the 12th on the tariff wars, and the second one is on the 19th of June, all happening at the Alisa.
So these
Hotel.
are in-person events
Yes,
at the Alisa Hotel.
Yeah, they are in person, but we will also do simulcast on radio, on TV, and online as well.
Good. So there's one on tariff and trade, and there's one on agribusiness.
Yes.
But on air, we have 4 weeks of management and business
correct.
education.
That's correct.
And what about the last week? What are we doing?
The last week is when we have the management boot camp.
Okay.
The management boot camp, which is for middle level to senior level managers, in-house training for 1 week, is a mini MBA, if you like.
Okay.
So that's what we are doing.
Wonderful.
And then we also have the Twitter Spaces that we'll be doing
conversations on customer service
and
stuff like this.
Wow.
Cyril, you are head of internal communications and sponsor about APSA. How long have you guys been on the business festival as sponsors?
I think we came on board during the COVID time when things were really rough. So this is our 6th year running with Citi, and I mean it's been an amazing partnership for us, and we see the benefits, we see the impact on businesses, and it's something we are happy to be part of. So I mean it's a strategic partnership with Citi FM and the whole Citi family and Channel One as well.
Wonderful. So what makes the APSA brand stand out as a bank that supports businesses? Because you're quite interested in businesses.
For us, it's about walking the journey with our customers. So we usually partner our customers because we believe in their stories, and for us it's about connecting their dreams and passion to resources and opportunities that would bring growth. So and we've really done this in a couple of areas. So when we talk about your story matters as our brand promise, it's not just a slogan for us, it's something we walk the talk. And one of such examples is our partnership with MasterCard Foundation, which is helping, women-led businesses, agri-businesses, young businesses or young people, and also within the tech space. And through this partnership and our 10% SME loan, which was, a craze in the industry, we've really made some huge gains. For example, over the period, we've been able to disburse over almost $110 million.
Hey.
Yes, so
$110 million.
Yes.
In loans on the basis of this 10%.
Yes, on loans to the categories I've spoken about, and it will amaze you to know that about 3% of them are women. We've impacted, and so in terms of the businesses we've supported through this, it's over 8,000 financially supported, and we've done another over 7,000 in terms of capacity building and development. And in all this, we've created over 53,000 jobs for young people, about 57% of them being women. And we are particular about this. We don't just give you money to finance your business. We are looking at your business growing and also creating employment for people. So for us, it's really, we understand that every business has a story. And for us, we see an opportunity of growth, an opportunity for sustainable growth and development. We see an opportunity for innovation and enhanced livelihoods.
So this year we're focusing on financial planning, we're focusing on agribusiness, we're focusing on the SME, and then we're focusing on technology and digital transformation. What is your contribution to this year's festival? Are you giving us any resource people? What should we expect?
Of course, so we are giving our expertise. We've been in Ghana over 108 years, so we have quite a great experience of the market, and we have also the capacity in terms of the technical know-how. So we are supporting with some key resource persons within all the sectors that you've talked about, the personal finance, agribusiness, tech and trade as well. And we are hoping to bring this expertise to bear to support businesses to grow. So it's whether your business is young or you are hoping to scale up or you are just hoping to sustain what you have. I think it would be a great benefit to you. Yeah.
So why should people tune in and follow the Citi Business Festival this year?
If you've never been on the Citi Business Festival, then I would say you are losing big time, because it's a platform that really shares pragmatic solutions that can help businesses to grow, to reshape their businesses. And even for those who are just considering entering into business, if you look at the caliber of people coming on the show to speak, if you look at the quality of information shared and the knowledge that is just shared, if you are not on it, then it means you are losing big time. So if you're a business or you contemplating going into business, I think this is the place you have to be in June. Stay tuned to Citi FM, stay tuned to Channel 1, and also follow all their social media pages to ensure that you benefit greatly from this.
It's been the longest running business festival on radio, I think. Almost 20 years.
20 years.
So clearly we are doing something right to maintain it. Yes. So this is our 20th year of doing it, and you don't get tired.
No, because the environment keeps changing, so it calls for different solutions for businesses, how to sustain businesses, how to scale up for small businesses. And the more we do, the more we want to do.
I like it. Thank you, gentlemen. Cyril is the head of internal communications and sponsorship, marketing and corporate relations, ABSA, who are the key sponsors for the 2025 Citi Business Festival, which is going to run on radio and television starting on Monday, where we bring you discussions on personal financial planning, savings and investment, planning for real estate, and the rest of them. The second week will be focused on the subject of agric and agribusiness with some very interesting discussions, and then we'll go into small businesses, how to support SMEs, financing your SME, and then I know you are into that. And then the last week we'll deal with digital technology. So, Cyril, thank you. Thanks to Absa.
Thank you.
It's 9:29, City Breakfast Show.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
Burna Boy, Trevor Noah, Black Coffee, Chimamanda the writer, Febe Mugugu the fashion designer, and many more young African icons didn't get where they are by following mainstream paths. They did things differently. Say yes to doing things differently. Say yes to the creative person within you, the maker, innovator, entrepreneur. Chart a new path, learn new skills, globally recognized by the American Welding Society and Pearson's BTech. So whether in Ghana or abroad, you will shine. Say yes to DTI, a learning experience that is next level. Go to dtiafrica.com or call 054-169-3534.
Calling all farmers, agribusinesses, and innovators, this is your chance to shine. Channel 1 TV invites you to exhibit at AgriFair 2025, one of Ghana's largest agriculture exhibitions. From Friday 20th to Sunday the 22nd of June, the A4 Sutherland Children's Park in Accra will come alive with the very best from Ghana's agribusiness sector. Are you a farmer with fresh produce of any kind? Be it crops, livestock or poultry, fisheries or aquaculture, or you're a supplier of agro inputs and processing machinery? This is your platform to connect with the world. AgriFair 2025 is more than an exhibition. Showcase your fresh produce, share your expertise and experience, and grow your business. So, to all farmers with fresh produce, livestock or poultry, fisheries or aquaculture products, come, sell, network, and expand your business. AgriFair 2025, where culture meets innovation. Register now to secure your spot. Call us on 0205-973-973. Come one, come all. Enjoy the freshest farm produce at unbeatable prices. And treat yourself to sizzling kebabs made from beef, mutton, pork, chicken, and more. Great taste, great value. Don't miss out. The AgriFair 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from 97.3 Citi FM and is proudly sponsored by Exim Bank, Legacy Crop Improvement Center, and Development Bank Ghana.
Dear home, no interest for 2 years. Are you ready to step into your dream home? With Lakeside Estate's exclusive offer, you can own your own home in just 2 years with no interest payment. This offers you affordable payments, flexible home purchase plan, quality homes, and lifestyle change. Choose from a variety of beautiful homes in any of Lakeside Hills clusters. Your future awaits you. Imagine living in a home you love with the freedom to invest in your dreams without the burden of interest. As your CIMG Real Estate Company of the Year for the 4th time, we offer you hassle-free home acquisition. Call us today on 020-477-5043 or 020-477-5042. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity. Call us now to learn more and schedule a tour for our available homes. TNC supplied. Make your dream a reality. Lakeside Estate. Quality homes for all.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation. The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
So it's 9:36 on the City Breakfast Show. The other thing that's happening in the month of June is the Agri Fair, which is a novelty we have put together. A 3-day exhibition and sale at Farmgate price of all kinds of things. So we have fruits and vegetables, poultry and livestock, fish and aquaculture products, agro inputs, and even processing machinery. This is happening for 3 days, 20th, 21st, 22nd June at the Efua Southern Children's Park. And we're hoping to sell to you or get you to buy very, very high quality but cheap farm produce. Now, if you want to exhibit your farm produce, call 0205 973 973. And if you want to take part, it's free to enter as a normal consumer.
Would there be agbeli?
Everything.
You know, there's some agbeli. Agbeli, the big one.
Yeah.
What's agbeli?
Cassava.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, those days, no, we'll put, ash, when you do the cooking finish, the ash, then you take that agbeli and you put it under the hot ice. And then you allow it to just chill there for some time.
Like you're roasting it.
It's some form of roasting, but you put it under the hot ash.
Yes.
And then you leave it for some 10 minutes.
Yeah, the
raw cassava.
When you grab it and you break it like that,
it's nice. So it's like
agbeli memi.
Oh yeah.
You
roast it.
Yes. So under the ash.
Well, there'll be cassava. Obviously, I this morning, I was so frustrated just thinking about the missed opportunity. Like I was told, there was a jute factory in Ghana, but under the structural adjustment program, we were advised to close it. And we've closed it since. So we don't all the bags that we use to export our cocoa beans, we import it. The Tanzanians produce the material and then they send it to Indonesia and they manufacture cocoa sack for us to buy.
And it's not any complex process like that.
You know, I sometimes ask myself whether Ghana is a case. I really, really do. The basic things that we are supposed to add value to, we are not able to do it. Now they are telling us that if we don't start manufacturing things and because the dollar, you can't sustain the gain if you are not import substituting. So it's not just a question of gold to support the dollar. You need to have a long-term plan. And yesterday 2 people made that point. Inchudanso said it, and there's another article in one of the papers that the guy said, how do you import all the basics you need and expect your currency to be strong? So I just want to edge the system. Let's wake up from this cheap lifestyle. Anyway, let me go back to the issue on hand. So, Sky, what's interesting? as Semens was saying, there's a letter that the three agencies jointly signed. You know, which is why I'm playing the song. So FDA, GRA, and GSA signed a statement on the importation of unregistered baby diapers.
Correct.
And they conclude by saying that the importation of unregistered and unhygienically packaged baby diapers into the country will result in the seizure and safe disposal at the cost to the importer. Is that all? Number two, how did the 1 million get into the market if all these three people are aware? Because this is coming through the port. Somebody must answer.
Yep.
How did 1 million fake diapers, even though all these three people open their eyes that the thing is fake and substandard, people are buying it in our market? How did it happen? Somebody needs to answer. So these statements that they have sent is true. It means that when the thing was happening, they knew. Who allowed the diaper to leave that safe area? How did it happen? Number two, why did they have to take these guys from the consumer protection to go and see the effect on children and now do sort of a reverse? Do the FDA do their regular market visits?
Well, we are told that EPA, for instance, has only 80 officers who are dealing with the entire country.
EPA?
Yes.
I'm talking about FDA.
No, I understand, but I'm just telling you about. They are also a regulatory institution in the space doing their own part of things. Because at the end of the day, these things, how they are disposed of, is another matter. You understand? So, you know, and if you go back to the FDA itself, remember that the Honorable Samuel Kulichoa Blackwell led a campaign having to do with rice.
Yes.
Which rice we're told was unwholesome
Yes.
and then was rebagged and
Yeah.
all kinds of things happened.
Correct.
We were promised a report, an outcome as to what exactly happened. As you and I sit here, nobody has been held responsible or accountable. You remember the former member of the Council of State whose company was allegedly involved in some, questionable, importation and all kinds of things happened. The GRA did some work with it. As we speak, we do know the OSP said they did something on that and there was some, exactly. But Bernard, prosecution of people involved in this space is falling short of requirements. Because if you look at the Public Health Act, there are strict requirements under the Act as to if you want to bring something into the country, if you are doing something here. You see in the news every now and then, FDA people say they have gone to a particular factory and people are producing stuff under unhygienic conditions. They have gone into some people's offices there and they found that they had imported things that are unwholesome. How come the report I read to you is showing that only one successful prosecution has so far been
That's unbelievable.
recorded? It cannot be.
Then there's another interesting text that sort of reacts to what I was saying, that why is the GRA collecting revenue from this? The person says the state's revenue generation measures do not clothe payers with legality. That's why earnings from an illegal activity may be taxed while the activity itself may be punished.
Okay.
You can check Partridge versus Malahandine in the UK or US versus Sullivan. Let's read some comments on this matter.
Good morning, Bernard. I
Morning.
live in New Jersey and I always weep over the wickedness of some Ghanaians. Do you know the business of some of our compatriots here is to go from baller to baller with their posh pickups and gather thrown away items for sale in Ghana? Can you imagine they keep encouraging me to join the business? You didn't add your name.
I was telling you.
Baller to baller.
Yes.
Salvaging,
including, charity events, including they have their.
And what items are we talking about?
They collect
Even if they had their way, they will bring food from the baller.
Oh.
Because we don't have standards. That's what it is.
Charlie.
But don't we see these things happen? Some of these shops expired packaged foods. They have a way of removing the dates, and they have equipment to put another expiry date on the food. So what's different?
Ben, for the sake of parents and babies in Ghana, please follow up on this diaper issue till people pay for it. Hello, Bernard and team. Sadly, the issue of FDA verifications or inspection at the port is just a matter of paying your way out. There is no proper test done. I have worked at the port, and this is commonly done. You just pay, and it's allowed to pass. This is Isaac speaking from Accra.
So once you pay, you go.
Pay as
You do a lifestyle audit on many of these officers of state who work at the ports.
Customs.
The houses they live in.
Customs.
the cars they drive and the things they do, Bernard.
Bernard, since the beginning of the year. Okay,
go
on.
Good morning, Bernard and team. Please, what's the brand of the diaper so consumers are guided? Well, we were told that they are not branded at all. They are just sold in plain polythene bags. Bernard, don't you think
but
this
shouldn't
is...
there be like a stamp on approved diapers so that people can see or something? Or they can't do the individual diapers because it will be difficult. You know, for the drinks we buy, they've put a seal on it. Maybe the FDA and the GSA should be able to have some technology that there will be some label.
But would that work in the face of the report I read to you that people, about 60% of people believe that, look, there's nothing wrong with buying the fake.
So the people are not even interested in...
No, there's a culture that...
But we must protect our people.
That is
they must do adverts to show that if you are buying something, there must be some things on it.
And most of the people who will be buying these are the most vulnerable people in society.
The fact that the people may not know does not mean the state must not protect them.
Not that they don't know, they know, but they accept it.
Well, that's why we have public health regulations. Public health and safety requires that even if the person willingly will do something, the state must step in. That's the purpose of public health.
But don't you think this is the work that national security should seriously prioritize? Sometimes I wonder what we think is a national security threat as a nation. Nana case and from Teshi.
They are the port, actually. We have national security officers at the port.
How did that 1 million enter?
That's about 1 million people carrying at least one diaper and entering through the Tema port, the Takoradi port, or the Kotoka International Airport. 1 million people.
No, 1 million. What do you mean?
I'm saying that we are assuming, if they say that is 1 million diapers, I'm saying that...
Diapers one child
no, I'm just saying that. I'm saying that by implication, it means that one person times 1 million, holding at least one diaper. And entering the country.
That's a very graphic way of putting it.
Right, Bernard, good morning.
Morning.
The issue about the FDA is that they make their regulations, registration and permits so tedious. Bernard, you can do your own research on that because of that, every importer and agent tries to find a way around beating their permitting and registration process. Francis from Tema Sender through Good Morning City family. It's all about our mindset. We can bring down the dollar rate some more. Just 3 months into it, we can also increase growing fruits and vegetables like Burkina Faso is doing. Put about $200,000 into factories around those farms for employment. Boss Ray from Tema speaking to the issue of import as substitution. Thank you, Bernard and team. On the issue of office attire, it's time companies modernize and stop forcing staff into outdated dress codes. I've received multiple queries just for wearing a kaftan to work on a Tuesday. Our local wear is more comfortable and stylish. I also live with sensory processing sensitivity, which makes light clothing like ties genuinely uncomfortable. Honestly, who decided productivity is linked to wearing a tie? Ike from Joe Lucenda through.
The wise man brought us. Talk to the lawyers, the judges.
You mean those who are wearing tail on their head? Anyway. Good morning, brother. I believe it's long overdue. The FDA is reformed. There is too much corruption in that establishment. DJ Nature sent that from Italy. Good morning, Bernard and team. Let's not pretend we don't know about the lavish lifestyle of port workers. What Sky was talking about. Some get transferred to the port as FDA, customs, etc. And suddenly you see a vast change. We don't care about lives. Only money. Kojo sent that from East Legon Hills. Good morning, Bernard and family. Please, can we talk about consumer protection law, the one that is in Parliament? King Uba from Kaswa sent that.
Yeah, we know Apia and Co are working on it. We'll spend some time discussing that later.
Correct. Bernard, Dr. Kwame Kuma established a jute bag manufacturing factory in Kumasi and it's no more. Are we progressing or retrogressing out of New Bawe?
Yeah, on the jute one, I got a couple of people saying this. Kwame Nkrumah established a jute factory in Kumasi under Gihok. We used to produce jute bags in Ghana for cocoa. I'm told that at some point we're even growing jute in Ghana, northern Ghana, you know. So how that situation turned into what it is today is just a question of failed political systems that we run in the country. Kale, please go on.
I am equally as angry as you are because we are all parents. The price of these diapers are not so cheap. So as it could go as high as 250 for 100 pieces in a shop you mentioned. Almost all mother care shops sell these diapers. The lowest I know from a shop in my hood is 80 Ghana cedis for 50 pieces. I took sense not to buy any longer after the second attempt. But then again, is it all mothers that can afford quality diapers? I pray they resort to the good old napkins we used for babies in the 90s. Okay, Sky can give us better experience. Good morning, Bernard.
Morning.
This issue about this issue about imports into Ghana, it is due to interest.
Bad language.
No, but to be fair, it's not just Sky. When we were young,
Yeah, they use
I don't think the
No,
diaper.
but the guy said in the 90s.
Yes.
Alleging that the 90s means that it's very old. That's an allegation.
It was actually the 80s. In the 80s, Sky, I don't think there were diapers in the 80s.
But they may well have been.
Not
but
a lot.
we use
Napkins have been from the 60s, 70s.
I think diaper is a more regular and recent phenomenon.
It's 70 opinion to one side.
All right, keep going.
No, you use the rovudu.
Keep going.
Mommy will be washing it.
Oh, it's okay. Keep going.
Bernard, I agree with you. From my small years in public service, I've come to the conclusion that we would not really make it as a country, period. You didn't add your name. Bernard, when you say resign, that means the person will leave willingly. They should all be laid off. We are not safe at all. Charles from Tema says, our problem is not spiritual, it's patriotism that died. And historic, ethnic differences grew stronger along with politicization of every facet of our lives. And to resolve these problems, we are not going further. Good morning, Bernard. I was glad when you mentioned that businessmen are taking advantage of the gap and leaving the majority in poverty. See, this is because some years back I came to the knowledge of a very big politician who imports chicken into the country. These businessmen are either politicians or funders of political parties, but now this country is being run by people who are faceless in the political scene. They fund the policies in the country. It's sad, and I get passionate when we talk about these things.
Let me read a message that will help the discussion as we try and bring things to a close. This person is somebody who works within the institution. Says, Bernard, you cannot detect the state of the diaper at the port. Please take note that the samples are submitted for registration, which includes testing. Okay. However, most often, after receipt of approval, they import substandard products. The FDA at a point in time banned the importation of diapers in bulk as per the letter that you read. However, the association was able to push political influence, leading to the FDA lifting the ban. As a result, more bulk imports has become the order of the day, which has led to this. You may need FDA, GRA, Diapers Manufacturers Association, and diaper importers to discuss this further. So there's a lot more work that needs to be done at our ports, but your trusted financial partner GCB Bank is committed to ensuring that your shares with us continue to thrive and yield positive returns. Having accurate contact information on you will enable us to communicate important updates and notifications regarding regarding your shares to you. We kindly request that you update your records, telephone number, email address with the bank to get regular, timely and relevant updates on your shares. To update your records, kindly visit the GCB Bank branch and you'll be assisted to do this. You may also access our website gcbbank.com.gh or go through the portal go through our shareholders portal. With just a few simple steps, you can ensure a seamless experience and stay well informed about the progress of your shares. GCB, your bank for life.
Okay, so if you're not driving, pick up your phone, go to the Google or App Store now and type this Chodeck, CHOW, and add DECK, Chodeck. What it does for you is that rain or shine, traffic or no traffic, your favorite meal from your favorite restaurants are delivered to you. Whether you want daily grocery, it's delivered straight to you. The best is delivered to you fast, fresh, and always reliable. Chodeck is the name. Download now. We deliver happiness in Ghana. And the Momo Money Festival train is moving. We've moved from Kasua now. We're coming to the Nungua environment. So join us for a shopping and musical experience from your favorite vendors and artists from 30th to 31st of May at Nungua Lorry Park, opposite Nungua SHS. Come and experience cashless market with over 50 top tier vendors within Accra. You know how we do it. You get up to 20% discount on goods and services. There's a chance to win 10,000 Ghana cedis in a Momo Keteke game show. We'll provide education and awareness on Momo fraud there will be amazing performances on Saturday night, which is 31st May. Ghanaian artists will be there. So use the Momo app, download it now, and get free pass over there. Remember, it's happening at the Nungwa Lorry Park opposite Nungwa SHS from 30th to 31st of May. Just Momo it everywhere you go. It's powered by MTN Business, GCB Bank PLC, and IO Insurance.
So many things to discuss today. We didn't have a lot of time. Just to highlight quickly that the government bill to end the Ghana School of Law monopoly will be put out soon. Indeed, there are about 13 bills, which I think we should spend a day one day discussing, because a lot of the problems we discuss on this program, some of them are captured in new laws that have to be put out. Okay, so I just wanted to mention some of the bills that are in the works, for want of a better expression.
But do you have it?
I'm trying to retrieve it. If you have it,
There's
can
the
help me.
Economic and Organized Crime Office Bill, Ghana Investment Promotion Authority Bill, Ghana Deposit Protection Bill, Exemptions Amendment Bill, Exemptions Regulation, and then there's Customs Amendment Bill, 7 Income Tax Amendment Bill, 8 Revenue Administration Amendment Regulations, number 9 Public-Private Partnerships Regulations,
Interesting.
number 10 Fees and Charges Miscellaneous Provisions Amendment Regulations, 11 Conduct of Public Officers Bill, finally 12 Criminal and Other Offences Procedure Amendment Bill, Ghana Industrial Property Office Bill, Interstate Succession Bill, Legal Education Reform Bill.
This is the one.
Legal Profession Bill, Notaries Public Amendment Bill, and Presidential Transition Amendment Bill.
I'm very sure the two lawyers in the studio will be heartened to hear that there is some work happening on the legal education reform and legal profession, because a lot of law students have complained, lack of space, just the school of Makola's monopoly. It's going to open up legal education. So ordinarily we should be happy about this. It's a battle the students have fought for many, many years. And I think the new government promised to do this. So I don't know if you guys were able to make any inputs into the new law, or if you've seen the draft, but it should be a good thing for us that they are going to now, I think they will decentralize legal education.
Yeah, because we've made a point here repeatedly, because I'm a beneficiary of a system that has decentralized the system. Schools with the right accreditation are able to train their students, and the Bar Standards Board organizes the exam. You go and sit it. If you pass, you pass. If you fail, you fail. You go back home and rewrite. So I think that is important that we move in that direction, because many people who want to be lawyers or just want to read it, not necessarily to practice, but to understand how things work, they are suppressed because for some reason the Ghana School of Law says that we can't take you in. So it's an important intervention, and it should even help the Ghana Law School to set up.
Yes, please.
Because you go into the Ghana Law School, some of the classrooms, Bernard, you should not be training any category of professional. Oh, Bernard, it's like sardines, right? Packed together in the hot room. The AC is not working.
You're supposed to wear white shirt and black tie.
Exactly. People are sweating, and yet it is as though they are preparing us to go into courts that
are uncomfortable courts.
Yes.
It's like they are preparing you for the slavery of Charlie.
Yes. And the kind of things that we have seen that you are compelled not to talk about.
So you make the law look prestigious when you do those photo shoots. You don't let us know that you struggle.
It's serious, though.
You mean you are wearing hot suit and you are in the room with no AC?
Charlie, the hostel on your head. Sweating.
And you are dripping in sweat. I think I agree with what Sky is saying. But for me, I think the argument about quality in decentralizing legal education is still important, and that shouldn't be lost, even as we allow the faculties through this bill to be licensed to educate lawyers.
Wonderful. Kweku Sechado is celebrating his birthday today.
Oh, Professor.
Yeah.
No, Professor. We celebrate you. I think we better
a proper journalist.
No, Charlie. No. Kweku is. I remember him fondly for the things Amens did.
Which one?
In our earliest days
as a station,
that's why they brought him to come and speak to us.
Kweku Bakum, Kwesi Pratt, Egbert Fabil,
And you know,
all those guys.
When he came to the newsroom to speak to us, he brought with him a number of documentaries. And that's how come I became so much versed into documentaries. And then he played some of the things that he had done with the BBC.
Yeah.
You know, it's not these days that we do all kinds of things and just get away.
You know, that's quality radio production.
Quality radio production. The sound is telling you something.
Charlie, the
ambience. You know, the narration. My world.
My God.
So I think that
Kweku Sechado is a proper journalist,
and he's always watching out for us.
You know, two of my favorites, Kweku Sechado and David Ampofo. They are the
time with David.
Charlie, they are the people who did it before we came.
I had the opportunity to work with Kweku Sechado.
Did you?
Yes, and it was for me as a young journalist, it was a great experience.
On Kweku one-on-one.
No, when he was doing front page, it was a great experience.
Wow.
What I loved was how simply he wrote, and yet how poetic
yes. He was not complicated.
No.
Kweku Sechado is a big man.
Yeah, I was on.
And we indeed wish him happy birthday.
No, Kweku Sechado is solid.
He's
a legend.
Yeah,
he's a legend. But he needs to tell you about his days at the Chronicle.
Yeah, the Chronicle and
says those days you fold when they give you your salary, you fold it and put it in your back pocket.
He said they have some nanabi.
They said they are they call it Onyangupo. So he will give you, when he calls you count the money and give it to you, they put it in your back pocket. That's when you do your next salary. Challenge newspaper, they suffer.
He's a great guy.
Solid.
Advices. I really appreciate him.
Kweku Sechado, you're a big man.
Big man. No, he's a professor. He's emeritus in the space. And that's how I call it.
You should be lecturing at some high level university.
No, but Kweku did a challenge.
Yeah. Thank you. So Kweku, happy birthday to you.
You know Kweku Sechado.
No, Shiba, you know Kweku Sechado, right? No, Sky, that's a serious question. Do you know him? Hey, Jesus Christo! What have we done in this country? No, Sky, we have to do a workshop and then introduce the new journalists to the legends. Oh, Charlie, speaking of which, Nana Jana Painting, oh my God, we lost him on Monday. Fine journalist, former chairman of National Media Commission, a really nice fellow, and he died age 74. May his soul rest in peace. We wish the family all the condolences they can get. So Shibaraba Beni has City News at 10. Take it up.
Coming up, NPP Ashanti Regional Chairman Bernard Busiako hospitalized after falling ill during Iyoko